Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Oh, we'll do this as a sing-along now? That's great. Hopefully people at home join in as well. Hello, welcome once again to the Cultaholic Weekly Wrestling Podcast. Is that your phone going off, Tom?
No, that wasn't my phone. That was the door thing outside.
Oh, right.
But I was turning that around because I was getting
suspiciously moved your
notifications. I was getting notifications, so I thought I'd just turn it upside down.
Fantastic. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, in brackets, no longer ill, and joined by Jack, the jobber.
How's it going, Maffew? You all right?
It's going great. I loved your little rap
Did
that
you
you
actually
did
like
last
it?
week. Yeah,
Right,
people were
thank
saying, mate, don't watch the rest of the podcast because, whatever. But watch Jack's his magnificent podcast introduction as a rap. So I figured in the spirit of things, you should give us another one to start off the show in the style of Max Caster, if you can. I don't know, I'm putting you on the spot. I know, like 8 Mile, but if you want to do that.
Okay, I've got to go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
The
Mate, awesome.
Amazing!
said a few touchy things in there.
I can't believe you said all that.
I know.
I think it'll only be
Demonetized straight off the bat.
it'll only be the snowflakes that are upset.
That's right. We'd also like to
That was
thank...
satire from Tom Campbell.
Where?
That's right. I'd also like to thank not only special guest Tom Campbell, but special guest editor Tony Khan. A bit of moonlighting there, get a bit of money in the back pocket so we can buy some codes of the Beano or he does in his spare time. Tom Campbell is joining us, the number one. I won't even call you a replacement because you are the main part.
I'm a replacement. It's fine.
Ross is in good health, but it's his birthday this week.
Hey. So Ross is off this week, so I've stepped in. Hopefully by now you've had time to write absolutely gutted Tom Campbell's in
No,
this
Tom,
episode.
stop
Stop
now.
now.
There was some lovely feedback for you last week.
There was actually,
And long
so
may
thank
it
you for that.
continue. I should say, and I want to just point out, even though it is his birthday week, I do need to tear into Ross slightly. Because I watched the rap back. Obviously, it was like the first thing I did when I got home. But I watched back and I noticed that he deliberately cringed all the way through. Yes. But he wasn't expecting it to be that good, was he? He wasn't, and neither were you, friends.
I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you,
I had
Tom.
every faith in you.
I don't know why.
Every faith in you.
I really think I pulled one out of the bag a little bit. But yeah.
We watched it on the Saturday streams.
Oh, did you?
6 p.m. BST. And I was like, okay, it's pretty good. Until just near the end, and you did and I walk out with my Krista. I went, he's doing ODB. He's doing ODB. It's Saturday Night at Rise. God bless you, Joe.
Oh, what fun. How are you, Maffew?
I'm doing great. Much better than last week. I did get a bit concerned, so I went, it's just a bit of a flu, whatever. And then by Wednesday, I'm like, oh, this is a pretty bad cough I've got right now. I'm coughing so bad, I'm putting me back out. Like, I don't usually get that. I don't smoke. So I'm like, is it the vid? It might be the vid.
Oh, the vid.
The vid.
The apostrophe vid.
And so I got myself checked out, thinking this might be this might be it. And they're like, no.
It wasn't the vid.
It was not the vid, according to PCR or the lateral test.
Wow.
And it just turns out it was a horrible, horrible bastard flu.
Oh.
But that's fine. But it was all good, though, because the timing couldn't be better. Because last week it's like, we're back. Cultaholic back. We're in the office. Everything's normal. 3 days later. So, yeah, fine. Prim and proper. Ready to be talking about wrestling with you fine chaps for a few hours. Hey, wrestling. Let's talk about news.
All right. Go on then.
So, number one news. Have you heard this thing about the podcast curse?
Yeah.
So what happened Saturday, just as I was getting ready to stream? Oh, I don't know. This little tiny news bomb known as Bray Wyatt released.
Out of nowhere. But I don't know if it was as shocking as it could have been had the Strowman... It's similar vibes to the Strowman one for me. This totally unique person, very WWE. Hard to imagine them anywhere else, possibly. Maybe not going forward. But like, I was just like, what? Where's that come from? At least Braun was doing something. He was pretty much in a storyline, or just had been when he was released. Whereas Bray, they took his gimmick off him. And it's not Bliss's fault. Obviously it's not. And I'm sure she's a bit gutted about how this all turned out. But they didn't give him much to work with, did they?
The story goes that Bray was about 2 days away from retirement.
Really?
He's just 2 days away from retirement.
Wait,
man.
I didn't know that. He was going to come
Yeah,
back.
it's just past the medical or something.
Just past the medical, and he was set to be signed off as good to go. And there was some rumblings that he'd be rocking up at SummerSlam to do some stuff there, but alas, it's not the case at all. Gutted because we did a video all about where WWE went wrong with Bray Wyatt, and the overarching theme with all the things that Bray Wyatt did in the 10 years he was in WWE. And 10 years? he was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, NXT season 2.
It would be like he'd have an idea. He would be given some room to run with that idea. The idea would do well, and then WWE would take the wheel, and WWE would get bored of how long the journey was taking, so they just park in a lay-by and leave it. And that was kind of what happened multiple times throughout Bray Wyatt's WWE run. So, if anything, it's what was the great line I used? Great line I used at the end of the video where I said, "It's not a matter of should we let him in. I think the best thing for Bray Wyatt is they let him out. Because now he quite literally has the whole world in his hands. So here's to better things ahead for Bray Wyatt. For Wyndham Rotunda,
of course. Yeah, I wonder what his name will be.
Well, I just dribbled down myself because I can't drink.
Okay.
It'll be Barry IRS.
Well, he started using the hashtag Cult of Rotunda. Cult
He's
of Wyndham.
coming in.
Cult of Wyndham.
Wait, cult?
Next week I'll just be gone forever, and he'll just be sat there. Just
Yeah, sorry, Ross is...
He's doing graded from next week.
Ross having the day off. We've got the artist known as Bray Wyatt. Can you do a rap? What? Good times. This is shocking in terms of, using your brain, but in terms of the Nick Khan looking at the wait, you're making how much? Sorry, I'm afraid we just haven't got any money in the coffers right now.
Fraser told me something yesterday. Fraser's obviously a Scottish man, and he said that in Scotland, fiend is a byword for like a bad criminal, you can imagine what kind of you fiend or you beast, that sort of thing. So he was really glad that Bray never did a live show in Glasgow coming out. The Fiend!
In the WWE sense of the word.
I was also informed of this week, maybe by Fraser or someone else, that the Fiend has different connotations in Scotland.
Very different.
But what if they'd done a show in Scotland with the Fiend?
Oh, no.
I know.
And because all the people there, hey, it's not the first time they've cheered for a Fiend. Everyone else is like, whatever. Look, we're going to move on now. I'm gutted. Gutted for him. He was someone who started off, as you said, here's an idea. We're a family. We have really, really good matches with the Shield. We all have individual characters. Sweet. And then that was good. It was very good in many places. And then it kind of, and whatever. And then by 2018, he was teaming up with Matt Hardy. And Matt Hardy was like fake retiring to get out of teaming with him because he was sick of it. And he was done for. He was damaged goods. And then he came back. Hello, it's me, Firefly Funhouse. Welcome to the staff show with puppets. And I'm like, what the hell's this? This is amazing. Oh, right. And gets himself over again as a completely new character, different stylings, and then The Fiend then makes his debut, gets Finn Balor at SummerSlam, and that's all I wanted.
I was watching that in Asper's, the casino, because they've got like a sports room thing where you can watch. And so there was loads of wrestling fans in there, and it was the bit where he came out and everyone was like, wow, this is really cool, the music and the costume and everything. And then it cut to Balor going, well, like looking really scared, and everyone just got a huge laugh. Just Balor going, what's this? It was good.
Anyway, wow, here's his finishing move. He'll break your neck. It's like, he killed Finn Balor. What a fiend. And so after all that, after years of him being one of the biggest emphasis on Raw in the Thunderdome period, because it's like, it's all pre-taped. Let's do silly buggers. And, but yeah. And it's like, all right, it's gone. Like, what?
Yeah.
Because he was expensive.
Just like that?
And that was coming down of money, a big part of getting out of money. Nick Khan is basically the real life version of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants. He's just like, I love my money.
Only Tony Khan's Plankton.
So
I will take your secret wrestling formula.
So, can you explain why you got rid of this beloved WWE superstar? Money.
Money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He since tweeted out a red circle on Twitter,
Which means he missed a penalty.
No, he scored. He scored one.
Yeah,
does it?
The cross would be.
I thought he missed.
Oh wait, I'm not sure. Depends
if
what
it's
format
red,
they're
is it
using.
green circle, red cross.
Man,
These are complicated questions.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
This is what he wants us to do.
That's right.
Debate whether or not he scored the penalty.
He's on the ball. Go on, let it in. Speaking of contract news, Ric Flair had a mutual release from WWE. I wasn't really aware that he was under any type of contract.
He was on a Legends deal. I think
right.
we'll see quite a few of these Legends deals quietly get written off over the next 6 to 12 months.
Did not wish him well in his future endeavours.
No. But I think that's just because they weren't it was being mutual
Right.
rather than
Okay.
You can still
Ric
wish
Flair.
someone
Yeah.
well in their future endeavours.
Do you think Vince just still sees him as like WCW? He's like, "Ugh."
to all these years.
Oh yeah, but would you?
Could you imagine if
I can't imagine.
Why don't
if
you
he-
go back to the NWA, Flair?
No one's heard of you, Rick, because you weren't wrestling here.
Yeah. And the weirdness of this seems to come from reports saying, I'm not happy with Charlotte Flair's booking.
Yeah.
Either you sort out or I quit. Because God knows if there's been one thing these last few months, it's been Charlotte Flair knocked but strong.
I mean, you could argue that Charlotte hasn't been booked that well in terms of a cohesive storyline, but she is winning. She does win a
Yes.
lot. Yeah. Maybe you just wanted her to be in a more creative storyline.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It kind
How
of
about you give Charlotte Flair that Fiend gimmick?
kind of feels like he's watching his daughter at the school nativity play, and she sings out of key, and it was probably the director's fault as opposed to hers.
I was going to say, why isn't Charlotte playing Jesus? And the three wise men.
I read that he didn't like the storyline as well with Lacey Evans, where he was like with Lacey Evans and stuff. And you know what?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by Ric Flair there. I thought he'd love that, the dirty. No, he didn't like it. And I was like, oh, well, that clean living Ric Flair. What's he like?
Yeah.
That jet renting,
Money Owen.
limousine renting, money Owen. Not kiss stealing.
No, not kiss stealing.
Apology accepting. Future endeavouring. I can't think
Son
of
of a
any.
gun.
Son of a gun. That still works quite well.
Woo. And if that wasn't enough WWE contract news, don't worry, there's more. Adam Cole. He has not signed a contract extension, according to Wrestling Inc. Oh, sorry, baby. As that's how you do that.
I was just doing it. I wasn't prompt. I liked to do it. Andrew raided him on Twitch.
Oh, he's a nice guy on Twitch.
Andrew and Adam Cole are like friends now because he was like, Cultaholic Raid, let's do the Cultaholic Raid dance, and just starts doing that. I'm like, this isn't you. This isn't what you're like. But he is. He's a lovely man.
Everything I say about his character on NXT
Yeah.
is just about his character on NXT and how he's had the same position and same
Yeah.
moves for
I've
a few years. Him on Twitch, him as a person, I've got no issues with. I rated him and he was like, oh my God, dude. He's telling the person he's doing the thing with, the Botchmania dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's marking out for me after everything I've said about him being stale. Oh,
I've
no.
mentioned this so many times, I think, but it's worth it. I interviewed him once because he wrestled for one of ours, and I asked him. I thought this would be a good question to ask him. I asked him about the whole thing, like your gimmicks, your personality with the volume turned up, and I asked him about that, and he gave a really good answer. Basically, saying like that definitely works for some people, but for me, it's like I just try and go into a totally different character, and I just wanted to be like so nice, such a nice man, so handsome. He is as well.
I think Chuck Taylor.
I look like a troll on that video next to it.
Right. But
Gorgeous man.
yes, you are. Chuck Taylor and I think Kevin Stewart talked about Adam Cole for instance when he was there. Like, so there's Adam Cole, who's all young and stuff. He's trying to like this grizzled vet where he's like, patting his belly, he's got a beard, and he's like, yeah, back in the day, and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, you guys, stop it.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Yeah. Anyway, W doesn't. Well, maybe no. Yeah, it's not right, is it? Adam Cole hasn't signed an extension, and he's removed the WWE from his Twitter handle.
But the story here seems to be that basically his contract expired last month, and it was just a massive administrative bugger up because they went, oh, he's working under contract. He's not working without a contract. He does not have so he could Lex Luger it on AEW if he wanted to. That was where I believe we were at. So Adam Cole signed an extension up until the end of SummerSlam weekend.
He's been a good bloke.
Oh, so I misunderstood. He's not. Yeah, he wasn't under contract, and he's just an
so his
extension
contract
now.
expired,
but
I
think.
Yeah,
That's what led to Canyon Seaman being let go.
Yes, being released unexpectedly. I think that
about Canyon Seaman. Sorry.
I think he's just being a really nice man still. Because people said he did this with Ring of Honor, like he signed extra dates to when he was when he signed first time with WWE, he signed extra dates so he could finish his feuds or whatever, or put people over. Seems like he might be doing that again with Kyle O'Reilly, which is nice.
Possibly a similar situation with Pete Dunne. We're discovering.
I was going to say, if that wasn't enough, as we hit,
everyone's
look at that. Pete Dunne.
Could be done.
British wrestling's fine, don't worry.
Yeah, not the way, Jack. As people on Twitter were quick to point out, and these cynical Brits, which I guess I'm one of them, were like, oh, don't worry. I think it was Barry Ladd who said, I'm going to pour a coffee and list off all the people he could potentially wrestle in the continent of Europe.
I didn't, to be fair, that wasn't my own opinion when I said it. I got it off. I got it from Twitter. I heard it from you.
Who taught you these horrible opinions? I learned it from you. Oh, yeah, right, of course. Yeah, Pete Dunne would be... NXT UK, he did a lot of cool stuff a few years ago. He's just been part of the scenery for a long time.
Well, he keeps being, to me, he kept being on the verge of a title shot or a title win. But I think his only title shot, I could be wrong, but he was in that multi-man with Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Where Karrion Kross battered everyone.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for like his one-on-one 5-star like takeover main eventing match, and it's not come.
Happened.
No.
Well, the one with Balor was good.
Did he have one?
Oh,
of
the
course
Balor
he
one was
did.
outstanding.
Yes.
Love that
Oh, well,
match.
he's just never managed to win on the big stage.
He's the Kane of NXT.
He was NXT UK champion for ages, and he kind of put that belt on the map.
Yeah.
When he had the match with
Tyler
Bate
Bate.
at
kept
NXT
it,
Takeover Chicago.
He kept it warm for Walter. It's nice of him.
One for
No,
Walter.
it was a great reign. Stop it.
That Walter was like, Dankeschön. Slap. But
So but I think that there's a potential NXT champion in Pete Dunne that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And whether we will, I don't know.
No.
I really don't know.
I'd like to see it, I think. I think he'd be good. Really good. He's now got Ridge Holland in with him as well. Well, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
during
yeah,
NXT, sorry.
Another news, Jody Hamilton, a.k.a. the Assassin #1, or the Master Assassin, passed away. Before my time, he's got these people when I was watching wrestling as a kid, we were told, oh, he's a legend. He's a big deal legend. And he was one of the owners or runners of the WWE Power Plant. And this then went on to him running Deep South Wrestling.
Oh.
And I mostly know him. Have you heard this story? Because it's one of the craziest little stories that doesn't get enough airtime, I think.
Go on.
WWE had the developmental deal with Deep South until one day decided that they didn't. And according to numerous wrestlers who were there, who've said it on video, John Laurinaitis just showed up one day with Van and went, all right, we're taking all our stuff. He's like,
No,
what?
this-
And he's just taking the logos down off the wall, taking the ring stuff. And the wrestlers like, can we take stuff? He goes, sure, I'm all going. And like, all right, cool. And at the point where Jody Hamilton had to take him to trial. Because,
Wow.
wait, hang on, that's not how contract's supposed to be done. I got my 90 days and everything
Yeah.
else like that. And blah, 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 undisclosed amount out of court, etc. But it is one of those crazy stories that if it happened like yesterday, everyone would be talking about it. But it's happened that weird, murky late 2000s. Who cares about developmental period? Doesn't get enough love. But that's how I know Jody Hamilton. Any thoughts, lads?
I don't know. Like you, I've just heard really good things about him, but I've never really... I will now, because I feel like I should, but I've never really seeked out too much.
There's a lovely retrospective at cultaholic.com if you'd like
Is
to find
there?
out more.
Nice.
There really
Is
is.
that Justin Henry?
I believe it's either Justin or it might have been Aiden, maybe.
Could be Lewis.
Could be Lewis.
God, there's
Lewis
some
Beard.
talented writers here.
Oh, I've heard that yourself and Aiden will be going head to head.
Don't say it like that.
Oh,
I think he's
it's the
suspiciously
feud
tough.
It's the feud we've all been waiting to see. It's
Yes.
It's Mitch's series. Mitch, the editor of the website, has also got a series called what's it called?
The Motion.
The Motion.
It's on the podcast
The
feed
Motion.
on a Monday.
On the podcast feed. We've had episode 1, myself and Andrew debating whether John Cena should have ever turned heel. And it was, because it's Andrew and it's hard to, he's so nice. It was a very polite debate. We were suggesting points to each other. It was like after a big chess match when the Grandmaster shows the other, they're both like, oh yes, we could have done that. And so we were just being really respectful. Whereas you and Aiden, this has been brewing for time. This has been...
Yeah, there was one time on the podcast where it's a complete misunderstanding on my behalf. I was just insulting or taking a friendly jab at what I think is most wrestling news. Not the people who report the news. It's just sometimes it is like, Sting dies his hair. And stuff like that, which fills up the things. Not insulting everybody who does the news. We think we all know this by now. There's people who write good wrestling news, like Cultaholic.
In fairness, Aiden never thought you were insulting him either, to be fair.
No, he did.
No, he
Because
didn't.
he sent me a message. And I was like, no, I was not insulting you. I'm very, very
He's
sorry.
very good humoured. I'm sure it would have been fine.
Well, he's a good actor then in that case.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but anyway,
well,
no, but
good
we're all
luck
cool
being
now.
sat
We're all
next to
good
each
now.
other later.
We're all good now.
You're doing a
I
marvelous
hope.
job of
So-
hyping this motion. Can't wait.
So they
Can we
sort of
reveal
upstairs
what
went, you all right? He goes, oh, I'm ready. He's doing press ups. I'm like, we
Can you
had a bow flex.
can we reveal what the motion is? Or should we save it?
Let's save
Okay.
it, but you'll hear it on Monday on the podcast feed. After the news podcast goes out in the evening, you will have the motion.
Push it to the limit.
Yeah.
It's the motion of my bloody face. like a Street Fighter 2 like lost screen. Also another news, sad news. Bobby Eaton, beautiful Bobby,
beautiful
passed
Bobby.
away at 62. Mostly known for being one half of the Midnight Express, both the Dennis Connery version and the Son Lane version.
Yes.
And just being mint. It's one of these things where you know you're a good guy when you pass away. Everyone's talking about what a good guy you are. and there's so many accolades and things he's done. But the story that everyone kept on bringing up was Bill Dundee had this, my daughter cannot have a relationship with any wrestlers. Are you kidding? Wrestlers, you stay away from my daughter. And he found out, I think it was in Mick Foley's book, and he found out, like, wait, you seen a wrestler? Who is it? Who is it, by Christ? And his daughter went, Bobby Eaton. Goes, oh, that's all right.
Bobby's fine.
So,
One of the greatest tag team wrestlers ever, people have all been saying, because, you know...
yeah, he's up there.
Kind of set the framework for how tag team matches would be.
Oh, yeah, if people love, like, the high-impact style now, like, you guys, if you just watch, I don't know, anything AEW, Young Bucks, Lucha Brothers, whatever, FTR, and love that style of wrestling.
Well, I was thinking FTR specifically.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can go back and watch Midnight Express and you can enjoy them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not, I don't know, some people think like late 80s wrestling's like,
There's not like a million
oh, here
flips,
we go,
but-
now with a drop toe hold. Oh my God. No, those guys were busting their asses back then.
When I watch it, the thing that always gets me, like old Midnight Express and stuff, is the timing. Like they know how, you know how the wrestlers always talk on podcasts and stuff about like, you got to know when to bring the crowd up, and when to do the cutoff, and when to do the heat and all. And they've got it all down perfectly. Yeah, it's very sad, but he'll be really fondly remembered, so that's good.
Check out Bobby Eaton's skits with Steven Regal in WCW. They are work of genius, with Regal trying to make him a proper gentleman. Look at you dressed here. This is fine dining. You're dressed like this. And Eaton's turned up in like
that's a good Regal. That's pretty good.
That's a good WCW Regal.
Yeah, it was a good young
just
Regal,
like,
yeah.
Yes, I'm talking like I've just been punched in the gut. that weird
He's
thing.
from Blackpool.
I know.
But yeah, no, spoilers, I'm going to put that on the Hall of Fame. But yeah, no, that's good, yes. Any favorite Bobby memories?
I think
other
for
than
me
what you
it's
said?
that.
All right.
And you know what a thing to say for a guy that, you know, part of the Midnight Express, but that isn't that for one person that would be enough of an accolade. But then he tag teamed with loads of other people and made success in loads of other places as well.
And Anderson, the Dangerous
Coco
Alliance.
Beware.
Coco Beware early in his career, that's right.
I need to watch some more of him because I saw a tweet, I can't remember who it was, but someone said like he was amazing as a heel, which everyone knows, but he was amazing as his face as well. And I was like, oh wow, I need to check that out because I don't really see much of that.
Yeah, no, just good
Good at the
at
wrestling.
a lot of things, yeah. Ronda Rousey.
Oh, no,
slams, quote unquote, ungrateful wrestling fans. Ronda tweeted, this is after Monday Night Raw, which we'll obviously get to, but I've seen you same fans chanting "We want Wyatt" last night, chanting "We want beach balls" over Bray Wyatt performing. If the WWE treated him like he was expendable, it was because you ungrateful idiots did it first.
She don't give a damn about your reputation. She's apoplectic about beach ball inflation. Thank you.
That's very I'm just throwing it completely.
Yeah, follow that.
Good night, everybody. Right in the Hall of Fame.
Here on the podcast.
Having a biscuit.
I think that
That's the bit I took from your rap last week.
biscuit. Did I?
That's how you started it. If you like it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I did.
It stayed with me.
Tom talks
Yeah.
so much, if you blink, you're going to miss it.
There you go.
It's been a while to think of some of that rhyme with biscuit, sorry.
We're
Ronda
all,
Rousey.
We're all a bunch of misfits. Okay,
that was
I think that she's what she's done there is and I'm not the first person to make this joke. It's been all over Reddit, but she's remembered that we are the authority. She's remembered that promo because it's our fault. Do you remember that when they blame? It's Baron Corbin's fault. The show's rubbish, and now you guys are the. Sorry for pointing at you there, Richard. Richard is
Richard
the authority.
Tubman.
Yeah, absolutely. But she's just blamed. She's blamed us because we are the ones in control. It's silly, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
Ronda
a
was
strange hill for her to
someone.
die on.
Ronda was someone who got booed when she was acting like a bad person and hasn't really gotten over it. I don't think no one explained what. No, they're booing you because they like Becky more.
It's a shame because I really want to like Ronda because it was amazing her first few matches.
Dude, in ring, she was amazing.
Man,
Yeah.
it was so good watching her just be a natural, just be a Kurt Angle. It was like wow, but couldn't agree with this tweet.
It's so weird, like, wrestling fans. I'm like, she's doing what everyone does on Twitter eventually. It's just go, oh, I'm sick of, and insert the fans, the IWC, the whatever. And it's like, you know, we're not all the same, right? With a Borg, apparently. So, but yeah, any thoughts there, Tom? Or was that
Mine was the bit of music at the start.
That was good.
That's about as good as I get.
you played us off. I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
And due to the rise of COVID cases, no doubt this will be, as soon as we put this podcast out, this will be we'll get the result of this. The fate of SummerSlam is in doubt.
Now that's been sorted now. That's all right now.
Has it?
Yes. So since that, WrestleVote's put out a thing that said WWE been in contact with Vegas, and basically the Allegiant Stadium have put in a mandate that says you must wear masks to all stadium events, but because it's so close to it going up to the show, SummerSlam is going ahead as planned. It will take something quite catastrophic for that to change at this point. Podcast curse!
Oh, Tom. Oh, Tom.
But, however, having said that, there is still a concern about rising Delta variants in America, and WWE are considering their options going forward, be a move back to the Performance Center, rebuilding the Thunderdome in a venue that's available, because there's a genuine feeling that, not that America will go back into lockdown, but they'll bin off mass gatherings for a while whilst the variant's rising. So at this point in time, so close to the event, SummerSlam is a go. Vegas are cool with that, but going forward, but no, originally that was a news wire that came down that SummerSlam might be in threat, but from all accounts, it's fine. This is gonna.
Tom, come on.
If in any other podcast, I've been off, but this is.
You're like Bobby Eaton. Come on, build it up even more. The fans excited.
There won't be a hurricane. I'm Michael Fish on the weather. There won't be a hurricane this weekend. That was a famous.
God, Michael
BBC
Fish,
blunder.
one time in a 30, 40-year career being a weatherman, one time said, there's reports of a hurricane, it's not coming through. And that's all people remember him for.
This was before the internet was a thing.
Oh,
so
yeah. We didn't have no internet.
much to do.
But man, people will
We'd
never
watch the
forget.
weather.
Yeah.
It was. I think because the cadence in which he said it was so indignant. It was like, well, I've had some calls about a hurricane. Well, that's stupid. As you can see, that's not happening. And then lo and behold, 2 days later, hurricane.
Yeah, the one time there's a hurricane in England, and the weatherman said, no, there isn't.
There you go. So I'll be the Michael Fish in this situation. SummerSlam is going ahead as planned.
And this is the exact moment where people, such as Daddy's of Cultaholic, take that bit and put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music over as the reports. So, do you think you could rap over that? Such a weird beat.
We'll get copyright struck if it'd be too good. You get copyright struck.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
it would.
yeah.
Yeah. But then I don't understand the rules because Sam and Adam do those full covers of songs on the news, so I don't know. Don't know how it works. But yes.
It's all favoritism, man.
Yes.
But that was a big load of news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
I saw you doing that, but I was just prepared to do it, and I couldn't stop myself. That was a very bizarre experience. Thank you, Tom. Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. In condescending order from last week, MLJ, I wasn't expecting to see him.
Ross
Ross's one, that is.
Yeah. Indie boy Ross.
Ross is watching Indies?
He watched clips on Twitter.
Oh, I see. The best way to watch Indies.
He liked the way that he announced the
Zack
Maffew owner
Ryder
had won.
That's
Yeah,
right. It says MLJ disappointing ring announcer.
Yeah.
19%. I'm glad there was a bit of GC dub or something from last week. So of course, the 1 week I'm off.
Yeah.
What happens? Oh, I don't know. Hardcore Nick Gage shows up in GC dub in AE dub, and then there's a lot of Final Fantasy signs in the crowd. So perfect. Jack's rap, 38%.
That wasn't my pick.
Oh, that was my pick.
Oh, I think I can see where this is going.
Nah, yeah.
Tom's Good Lady, 43%.
Tom did a very Tom did a very good a very nice pitch about submission of about the Hall of Fame, about how they'd both been working really hard lately and he hadn't seen as much of her as he wanted to, and he just thought he nominated for the Hall of Fame, and then he went, but you did that rap, so I'll put the rap in instead. So I then went, oh well, I was gonna put my rap in, I'll now put his Good Lady in. So, and she's won. And you said that she was asking for. Are you messaging?
I'm gonna see whether she's free. Now she's getting ready for work, so this might be a no go.
She's live on Channel 4, please.
But we'll
do
try.
not swear.
We'll try.
Okay.
We'll see if she answers.
She's gonna love this if she's getting ready for work. She'll be, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know she's gonna be livid. Because I know she's
Thomas Bad Lady after this.
I'm scared.
She may be in town. She may be going through town, so she's not answering her phone.
Okay, never mind.
Hang on.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Cheers.
Cheers.
When you finish recording,
We'll leave her a message.
Okay, that makes sense.
She might call during the podcast anyway. Hello, love. It's me. I'm with Jack and Maffew.
Hello.
There's Jack.
Hi.
Jack nominated you for the Hall of Fame last week.
Yeah.
We're calling to let you know that you've won.
Yay!
You're all officially in the Hall of Fame. So when you get this message, there you go. Lovely bit of music from Maffew. That's lovely, that. When you get this, give you a call back and we'll get a victory speech from you. Love you, bye. 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 There you go.
Oh, do you say love you bye? That's your catchphrase as well.
Is it a love you, bye or just love, 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 love?
Yeah,
love?
yeah.
Either or.
I realised you said love you bye in real life.
She's done it. She's won.
She's made it.
She made it.
She's made it. She's a hero. She's a hero.
Alongside Ross's jeans and the concept of something that...
And Ross is good lady as well.
Yeah.
And Ross's mum. And Pablo.
I hope Bethany doesn't start going. Everyone else's girlfriends in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no.
She will. I don't think she will. I don't think she will.
Everyone else's girlfriends in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That'd be so funny.
My phone's ringing.
That's not what's tingling in your trousers, Jack. Just saying.
Oh goodness me.
Mac.
Yes.
You're the person who won. You can go first, Jack.
I'd like to nominate.
Bethany.
No, I'm going to create.
Wow.
I'll wait until she puts pressure on first, and then I'll have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to nominate, and it's a stable that I've just invented in my head, and I'm unveiling it now. It's the new stable. We've seen Pacitti Club in the past. We've seen the EWO, the Editors World Order. This is the new stable in Cultaholic, and I'm going to call it the Upper East Side, right? So not only is there a divide now that everyone's back in the office between the downstairs new office and the upstairs old office, which me and Tom are a part of. We love it. Right?
I don't like you being called the old office.
No, was it you? Someone was saying they were talking to Luke, one of our newcomers here, and said,
it was me.
Yeah.
The Lion, the Witch, the audacity of that.
Yes.
To say, I said, which office are you in, Luke? And he said, I'm in the main office.
The main office.
The main office.
This office didn't belong to Cultaholic before the old office. The main office.
The main office.
So there was already a divide between
Ours is the
upstairs
main
and downstairs, right? And also, now there's becoming a divide upstairs as well, because Triple Jumper at one end and we're at the other end, and there's good-natured banter flying back and forth. So now I'm going to call our table. I'm breaking it down even further. It's just us four. It's the Upper East Side. So I'm nominating our stable, which I've just invented. It's myself, it's Tom, it's Ross, and it's Fraser. And I think that's a power table. So we can either be called the Upper East Side. That's because I worked out on Google Maps that we're at the east side of that room.
Where does Aiden and Jackins, the writing team, fit on that? Because they're kind of in that middle island with some of the triple jump editors.
Yeah, I don't really know yet. I don't really know. Yeah. They can be like affiliates. You know, Bret Hart was an NWO affiliate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a perfect example to use. You know?
Yeah. So they're affiliate. Oh,
hey, hang on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Speaking of affiliates.
Was trying to call.
Uh-oh.
If you're free.
Don't be in trouble, Tom.
No. I said, have you left yet? And she said, I have. Are you okay?
Oh, that's nice.
She said, I was trying to call if you're free. Nothing bad.
Yeah, please specify that it's nothing.
Sure, just got in. Brilliant. Right. Can we pause that?
Yeah. I've finished. That table. That's my Hall of Fame. Me, Tom, Fraser, and Ross.
We'll get right back to it. So she's just got into work, so I'll see if she'll answer her phone. Hello. You're on a voice. You're on a loudspeaker, so please don't swear.
All right,
I was calling to let you know, to give you the good news. There's a voicemail on your phone as well, that with 43% of the vote, you are officially in the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
You're in the Cultaholic Hall of Fame. Jack voted you into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, thanks, Jack. Hang on, why do you put me in?
It's a long story. But Jack did a really good rap, and I liked that, and I voted for that.
You voted for a rap over your girlfriend?
Yeah, but I said nice things. Jack put you in, though.
Yeah,
So that's good.
well,
Jack, obviously, thank you, Jack.
I was going to vote for my rap, and then Tom took the rap.
So basically, you both chose the rap.
No.
I like to point out that Jack was going to choose a rap, but he chose you instead. And I said a nice thing. I said nice things about you.
Well, okay.
Maffew's here. You like Maffew?
I don't know, yeah.
I'm not too bad, and you appreciate all these lies.
It's honestly, well, you have to put up with them yourself, so you know what the crack is with those two, but never mind.
I do have to put up with both of them. You're right. It's a tough job, but we're going to do it. Here we go. Here's the fun of being on the phone. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How's it going over there?
Oh, it's grand.
We're having a lovely time. We're all just talking about wrestling.
What's your favourite rap?
Sounds it. So, what's the rap then? I'm intrigued by this rap. I pitched it on the internet somewhere, is it again?
It will be in a bit.
Uh-oh.
I've got to send a picture to Tubbs to put in the Hall of Fame. So,
Just don't use the one that you used last time. That was embarrassing.
oh no, that was no, that got.
No, that wasn't you. That was Long Boy, the biggest joke in England.
We like Long Boy. I know you're working. I'll let you crack on, but I wanted to give you a chance to say thank you to the world.
Thank you, world. And I'm Jack, by the sound of it.
Cheers.
Yeah, do I have to do anything for this?
No.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Just carry on being your lovely self. And,
Just £5 and it's yours.
Just £5.
Have to pay a fee, entry fee.
All right, I'll speak to you later. Okay, I'll let you crack on.
I'll speak to you. Love you.
Love.
Love you,
Love.
bye.
There you go.
Aww, that's nice.
That was good.
Oh, there you go. Hall of Fame, Alex.
I like that one from, I did a good thing where, no, well, I didn't do a good thing. Why didn't you do a good thing?
Yeah.
No.
She loves me, really.
She's good. She's very withering. She's good.
Withering Heights.
Yeah.
So, so I was thinking on the situation
stable.
with Aiden and Jackins, and could they be? What's it called when you in a country you have a special building for another country?
An embassy.
An embassy.
Ambassadors.
Are they? Could they be like the Cultaholic Embassy within the Triple Jump Islands?
Okay.
No, but that means
Like
they
an
can
old-
do whatever they
old
want then.
They've got diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
They do. They've got Macs. They do whatever they want. They bring their own MacBooks in.
Oh.
Yeah, that can be fun. At the minute, all I'm thinking, and we can expand in the future, but yeah, myself, you, Fraser, and Ross. And we
Nice.
are either the power table or the Upper East Side.
I quite like the Upper East Side because that makes me feel very down with the kids.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay then.
Yeah, that goes the whole rap theme we got going. Yeah, I like that.
The
You also like this. When I was walking in today, bumped into Owen, and he was outside Tesco's, and I went, "Hello, Owen." All right. And he went, "All right, we'll go. Where you working today, mate?" And are you working in our office?
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh.
our office?
Oh.
There's a real power thing here. There's there's a Captain America Civil War
It's a brewing.
esque.
It's a brewing.
thing. It's brewing in it.
We
I
need to be
like
on the
it.
right side of history here.
Yeah, and we are. It's
And
fine.
it starts with the Upper East Side. We do that after we say it.
Every morning we go.
I've just nicked that from Bill and Ted, haven't I?
Yeah, yes.
I have, right, okay.
It's okay. then.
Anyway, that's it. The nomination for the Hall of Fame is the Upper East Side brackets,
Diddle-oo.
Jack, Tom, Ross, and Fraser. Hello, my name's Fraser. I'm from Peebles. He's so Scottish.
Wait, breaking news. Fraser said, no, I'm going to the other
He's
table.
so Scottish, yet so polite, and I just can't wrap my head around it. What a lovely voice he's got.
Very
Hello,
soothing.
Just a bit of subtle
Very
dig there for
soothing.
our neighbours up north there.
my name's Fraser. Hello.
Very soothing voice.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He grew his hair a bit. So for a few seconds, I didn't know who he was. Because he was slightly bigger.
Yeah, but, it's been humoured.
I'm not used to that from him. Tom, what have you got for us?
Well, this week I am nominating for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame the Patreon Discord. Right, so we meet once a month to shoot the breeze on stuff. If you're a Patreon with us, you can join our
you're a patron
a
on
Patreon, a patron on Patreon, whichever. If you're one of them, you can join us on the Discord, where on the first Thursday of every month we get together, and for about an hour and a half we do one-on-one calls. We have a chat. We have a lovely time. And I was in a call yesterday. And they're just a lovely bunch of people who support what we do. It's always good banter when we get together. And also yesterday I was telling them about Alex being up for the Hall of Fame via Jack. So I said if anybody fancies haven't had a vote yet, then I'd recommend voting for Jack.
Hang on now. This seems dodgy. No, it's not. It's just campaigning, isn't it?
Just campaigning.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
campaigning.
You've been knocking on doors.
I'm basically just knocking on doors.
Yeah.
And
Hello,
and-
Tom Campbell from the Kiss Ass Party.
Absolutely. I have no issue with selling out my morals in that sense.
Oh,
Yeah,
we know.
zero
That's why we love you.
Zero issue. I'm waiting for a deal from Raid Shadow Legends. I will bite their hand off for such a thing. But they're a great bunch, and they're nice to chat to. If you want to come and join us, you very much can do. And it's a bit of an extension of Love You by Friday, which is the Twitch show we do on a Friday afternoon at 4 British summertime, but it's a bit more personal. And it's full of lively characters. So and just because they make my Thursdays now a little bit brighter, I'm going to nominate the beautiful folk that pop into the Cultaholic Patreon and Discord.
Ah, that's nice.
There you go.
Good.
What a perfect way to get around the entire issue of not everybody who votes on the Patreon thing actually listens to the podcast.
He's going to get 100% of the
hey, I'm a patron on Patreon. Let me have a look. Hey, I'm up for this. Vote. Yeah. So we're like a 99% vote next week then. So
Exactly.
very good.
Very clever.
Once again, you're playing chess as the rest of us are playing.
Everybody else is playing for
Star Wars
Dice
Shadows of the
Liar.
Empire. I think that's how the expression goes. Well, on that undramatic note, mine is going to be beautiful Bobby Eaton. But no, that's too much of a kiss ass. I'm going to go with Bobby Eaton as part of the Blue Bloods.
Okay.
Nice.
With Regal. Because I believe it was going to be Regal and Triple H before Triple H then immediately buggered off. Or couldn't move close. Whatever.
So is this where Triple H got the idea from then?
Yeah, then he then went to be, I think I'm getting this right. It's been a while since I thought about Jean-Paul Levesque. Then he went to be Triple H, but it's supposed to be like a Connecticut whatever. It doesn't matter. Bobby Eaton beat Regal, I think on Saturday night, and then Regal oh my God in heaven, Stone the Queen and all this, like washed his hand and then wiped it, shook his hands like I respect anybody who can beat me, don't you know? So then he rewards Bobby Eaton by taking him to London to get dressed, and it's just these stupid skits, but they're so lovely, of him doing My Fair Lady, but with Bobby Eaton. So it's like, hey, is this a good suit? He goes, oh. It's just Regal doing all these facial expressions, and basically Raymond's like off camera to some dude getting all dressed up. He goes, and he gets a yellow jacket on at one point, Bobby Eaton. He goes, hey, smoking. He goes, oh no, oh, good Lord. And so then he gets his face steamed, and then Regal's going, well, you have to get yourself looking good, Robert. Robert, we go see the Queen later on. Now, do it with me again. How now, brown cow? It's like, how now, brown cow? So just kneel. I'll do all the talking. And don't mention Fergie. And all this. And then there's a bit. I'm like, all right, how far did I go with this? And it's just like Bobby kneeling, and it's just, I now name you Earl of Robert, with this sort of camera. And Regal's crying, going, I remember when I was doing this. So they've seen the Queen. They've seen the Queen. All right. But then they kept on going, because then I was just like, establish how British he is, and he's now, Earl Robert.
Earl is
Earl of Robert.
Or Lord Robert? Earl Robert.
No, he wasn't. He was definitely Earl.
It was Earl.
Because he was, wasn't even Regal.
That's it. And Earl.
Oh, the noise was, sorry.
Earl Robert Eaton.
And then they did some more skits later on, a few months later, where they're outside Nicole Simpson's house during this famous thing known as the O.J. Simpson trial. And when he was going, another example of these bloody Americans being bloody horrible to one another, not like us. While in the background, Earl is check out this hedge and pulls out a knife, aka the murder weapon, and just throws it. He goes, can you find anything relevant? No. Oh, okay, we'll be off then. That aired. And it's amazing to think, when you consider the period, it was like 95, 96 WCW, before the NWO came in.
Yeah.
You get stuff like The Dungeon of Doom, Renegade, and all these other stupid segments that were happening. And then William Regal would just show up and say something incredibly offensive that no one would bat an eyelid.
I suddenly feel a little bit bad for Max Caster.
Yeah, I was thinking the Max Caster thing. Yeah. I was thinking.
You'll love this bit then. One time, I think it was Nitro, Regal's walking down the ring. They had the bit when Mean Gene would talk to people as they were going to the ring, which I think is a bit awkward, to be honest with you, because he looks like he's just a charity mugger. But he's just going, William Regal, any thoughts? And Regal said, there's nothing between me and Fergie. Oh, I've got better things to be doing than hanging out with a burnt-out old fireplace like her than heading the ring. About a member of royalty at that point.
Oh, wow.
So, the Blue Bloods, please go on YouTube or the network or The Cock and have a look at some of the Bobby Eaton bits there and appreciate, well, Regal is best, and Bobby trying to be British.
I'm coming last this week. I thought the Upper East Side were going to take it.
Oh, the Upper East Side. Oh, another bloody.
I feel like the most effective,
drink tea.
The most effective thing a British person can do, or an English person can do in America to get over as a bad guy is say, "I know the Queen."
Yeah.
It is incredibly effective.
Yeah.
Especially when she's on WCW. she's part of the canon.
Well, the
Now-
Queen was in WWF.
Now in the WWE canon, British people all have beards and are really hard. They're all just...
and they all fight out a mining town.
yeah.
And the Americans put the entire roster of NXT UK in the picture and go, "Are these all the same person?"
I know they do. I know.
I think someone yesterday put out because which one of these is Pete Dunne?
I know.
Or are they all the same?
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, British people, the Blue Bloods. Bloody hell.
That's your Hall of Fame.
That is my Hall of Fame pick, by God. And it's not going to win, but because of the other Hall of Fame pick. To recap, Blue Bloods, Bobby Eaton and William Regal. Sorry, Lord Steve Regal. I do apologise. The Upper East Side.
Upper East Side.
Not the bottom power table.
Me, Tom, Ross, and Fraser. That's
Yep.
how we end the promos. Fraser. Hello, my name's Fraser. Big pop. I was like, yeah.
It's the I'm Robbie.
He's the-
from the from the
I
Highlanders.
see Fraser as the Batista of. He's going to break out and. He's,
He's there going, Nikki!
Fraser's going to be there with a contract for the downstairs office and the upstairs office,
Oh, like-
and we're there going.
No. Instead of doing that, he goes, hey. Oh!
Batista, Bob, and Ross on the table.
Oh God! Call the cops when you see Tupac. Just start blasting.
And the other pick, of course, next week's winner, that's what we should put on the Patreon pick, the Patreon Discord,
Yes.
starring Tom Campbell. And yourselves, if you are a patron, and if you are, you can go to patreon.com/Cultaholic and place your votes on any one of those lovely, lovely picks.
That says, this week in the wrestling, it's this bloody week in the wrestling.
What a great podcast.
This week in wrestling.
Whoa now.
What a great exhale.
SmackDown. No, really, it is SmackDown, Tom. John Cena opens the show and says that Roman Reigns is a blood-sucking product of the system. A lazy stooge named Joe, who's coasted on every gimmick going. He's interrupted by Baron Corbin, who offers to be his stunt double and asks for money. Cena has to tell him, no, the film's done. Suicide Squad's out. It's been finished. Cena gives him a few dollars, and Corbin calls him a selfish Hollywood sellout. Cena hits an AA and heads to the back.
This was good and bad.
Go on.
The good was Corbin. It's hilarious. Love him. And, Cena's good on the mic. But the bad for me was that Cena's points against Roman again for the second week didn't really make a lot of sense, I feel. It's like he's talking about someone else. It's like he's talking about The Rock, I think.
Yeah.
And also the bit where he goes in for the attitude adjustment, Corbin doesn't offer any resistance. He's going, well, I'm going to give you one thing. An attitude adjustment. And he just picks him up, gets really close to him, and then just picks him up. And Corbin, like a domesticated animal, doesn't stop him at all. He just lets him do it. I'm like, oh well. But what do you think of what he's saying about Roman?
I'm not buying it really, because it's the whole idea you coast on every gimmick going. No, the frustration with Roman was he only had the one gimmick. The frustration was he was always Shield Roman.
Yeah.
The same music only up until a few months ago as when he was in the Shield in almost 10 years before. So it's a weird thing for John Cena to say. It almost feels like somebody who's not been watching the wrestling.
Yeah.
Who's trying to establish himself back in. This feud just feels a little bit disconnected. And I don't know whether it's because I think Roman's had some it's been quite nice to see the fact that last time these two squared up, Cena just ran rings around Roman, and this time
Roman just needs to go.
Yeah,
Yes, Roman.
Yeah, Cena's there going, look at all the great words I've got, and Roman's like, I can't be arsed with you.
Yeah.
That's yes.
I think Cena's trying to. It feels like he's probably got more freedom over what he says than most people, and he thinks that. I think he's you know when a kid starts hanging around with the bad kid, and they're a bad influence on you, stop it. I think when he was hanging out with Punk 10 years ago, he thought, if I say loads of shoot words, then people will think it's good. So he just seemed to cram as many shoot things like, he's a stooge called Joe, he's a bloody Mark, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Baron Corbin said more truthful things about John Cena being a selfish Hollywood sellout who's only in WWE to promote Suicide Squad than, like, you product of the system. It's like, are you saying WWE is crap? And what's this gimmick that you've coasted on? Roman Reigns' gimmick of being John Cena. Like, right, okay. But you're right, he gave it his all, he emoted a bunch, didn't make much sense, but what's he going to do? Hi, I'm just here. Yeah, all right. Yep, sound pal. Cool. See you next week.
No, I feel like that if you dig a little bit deeper, you can still sell that pay-per-view on with different words. Like last night, I watched just for kicks. I watched the promo between Rock and CM Punk before Royal Rumble. There's an example of a guy coming back, blatantly not here for a long time, just here for a good time.
Here for a good time.
But Rock is able to really make CM Punk look like a threat. But still be The Rock, but still sell me on that match without having to just resort to catchphrase. And John Cena and Roman just seem very disconnected in comparison to that.
Yeah. Thank you for making me remember
It's
CM
great.
Punk
It's
getting
so
Rock's
good.
face, and you're like, look at the size difference here. Bloody hell. It's like me talking to someone who's 5'8".
There's loads.
But then he goes,
It's true.
yeah. Doesn't matter how big he is, when you're going to go find out your arms are just too short to box with God. You're like, whoa, all right. He's deed, man.
You're in Little League and I'm swinging for the
He's
fences.
brown bread, governor. After
It's
that.
just
Why
great.
did you go so London?
Don't know.
But then Rock,
He's cream cracking.
I've got William Regal in my head now.
Oh, right.
but then Rock will say things. Was saying things to put CM Punk over and just say like, I watch you every week, and whilst you're ducking, you dive. You're absolutely the best at what you do, and you know I am aware of how good you are. And it was all in the words that he was saying. Even though Rock came out on top in that promo and in the feud in general, like Rock gave CM Punk his plaudits.
Yeah.
As somebody coming away. I see Cena as the Rock in this situation. And Cena's just kind of coming and gone, Roman, you're always rubbish.
you.
And Roman's a bit more CM Punk, a bit like, just, you know what, you're in the wrong time.
I
sir."
think Roman might like batter him. I hope
I hope it's just Roman battering Cena in the main event.
It would be the
That'd
second
fine.
heroic taking of a squash that we've seen. But we'll get onto that later on, Tom, because I think that we're going to have a disagreement in a bit.
It's going to be a fantastic match, though, isn't it? Roman Reigns doing his thing where he's had with Edge and all the other matches he's had, where he's like, that's right, I'm the best. I'm talking so loudly to let you know that I am the best. And then Cena's also yelling, but it's arm drag takedown. Rey Mysterio beats Jimmy Uso with the crucifix pinfall, with Dominic providing the sneaky assist from the outside. And that's a gotcha, because that's how they beat him for the tag title. Great, they're still the champs.
Storytelling.
Story makers.
You carved my dance move, Richard. No, I'm joking. Just regretted it as soon as I'd done it.
Any thoughts? I think that's it, really.
No, not really. No, yeah. Lewis, one of our writers here, was pointing out how they treat Dominic like, he said to me, they treat Dominic like he's a child when he's actually 24 years old now. And I said, yeah, but he's not a sex pot like Hook is. Oh, we can't deny that Hook's an attractive boy.
Oh, I'm not
Okay, right,
denying.
okay, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sex pod.
I don't know why I used that. I know, I felt bad once I typed it back to him. I was like, ugh.
Isn't it? Haven't you drawn comparisons between yourself and Hook?
No.
Yeah, that's why I put over
I
Hook
would
every
never
week.
be so arrogant as to do that.
But have other people done that?
But you know how Hook
Yes.
went through puberty like a month ago or something? Before that, people would compare me and Hook. Now, I occasionally get like Swole Jack or like Jacked the Jobber.
Jacked
People
the
call him Jack.
Jobber.
But I think
That's
that,
good, though.
I think that
Yes.
Hook's like a mega evolution version, if anything. I don't think we're in the same ballpark anymore.
I just thought, you know, you being very keen on how he looks.
No,
And
at
him
all. I
looking a
don't
bit like
think-
you. He's a bit masturbatorial.
Not at all. I don't
Okay.
think. No. I must clarify.
Oh,
It
Jack
was-
X Hook. Bianca Belair comes out the good promo celebrating 111.
Anime.
What's that?
Sounds like an anime. Jack
Yes.
X Hook.
Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
Okay, then.
Days is SmackDown, no one tell him. Women's champion. She's interrupted
know
by
it is.
Carmella, who wants another rematch because the lightning at Rolling Loud was distracting her last week.
The noise
I was
from the
gonna
crowd.
say, yeah. Lots of distraction there. Zelina Vega interrupts and says she thinks a rising star should get a shot instead. Belair seems up for it, but just dying for Belair to go, that's a good idea. Do you know one? But she didn't. Bella teams up for it, but Carmella jumps up from behind, and their heels, meaning baddies, beat the champs down. Sasha Banks makes her dramatic return for the save and gives Bianca a hug. Oh, everything going all right then.
Yep.
I worked a late shift on the radio and I finished at 1 and I was in the taxi on the way home at about 1:30, 1:45 as SmackDown was on. So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to watch SmackDown. I'm just going to refresh Twitter with the SmackDown thing and just see what happens.
It's a good way to watch shows, isn't it?
And it was just, and I was just watching as it was just like, it slowly became like lots of Sasha icons going, Sasha's coming, Sasha. Oh my God, give me Sasha. Where's Sasha? And then obviously when Sasha's music hit, my stream is just crying, dead. Oh my God, Queen, slay.
I'm a Sasha stan, so I understand fully.
Yeah, it was
not
just,
on the level of, some of them.
You'd have loved that stream. It was just like people like literally just mashing the keyboard out of sheer delight.
She's amazing.
She was returning.
She's fantastic. Yes, but not...
That's the thing she does.
Oh, I thought you... I don't know what you... I thought
was you looking at your phone in the back of the taxi?
Had a dream that I was holding a phone here.
Yeah.
That's what she does when she leans on the ropes and she goes, ooh.
Yeah.
She's great. I am a
Little
big fan.
moves.
But some of her fans do get a bit obsessed, I think. She's like CM Punk. Like, people get a bit too... They're like, wow, you're so cool.
I think every wrestler at that stage has those type of fans, but for some reason Sasha gets them. Her fans seem to get more than else. But then again, there's not many wrestlers who have had the Sasha Banks lay on the floor at WrestleMania, and everyone else had to step over. The locker room filled up with her tears, like Alice in Wonderland. All this other rubbish that was written about her, like completely over-exaggerated. So I think maybe that's why they're defensive. But I don't know. Instead, I'm going to go with, she came back and the theme music was, here comes the Banks, here comes the Sasha. But she's not going to turn on Bella. Why would you think that? It's a Demolition theme.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You've
it's a bit rubbish
exposed
that,
me
wasn't it?
there.
Sorry.
You've exposed my lack of Demolition knowledge.
You're too busy thinking about a
I
book.
knew that it was demolition.
Quiet you. Reginald defends the 24/7 title against Chad Gable. He hits the flipping senton, but Otis slides in for the DQ.
Of course.
He throws Reggie out the ring, but our boy Reggie lands on his feet and leaves with the belt.
Why are we getting a DQ in a freaking 24/7 title match?
Who said that?
Why have you
I'm
taught
saying
Ameri-
it now.
You said it. You said it American.
Yeah.
I say like X-Pac did with the
Oh, Hell in a Cell.
Here comes the demolition.
I don't care if you guys never have me on the show, but
I don't care if you guys ever have me on the show again. Why are we getting a freaking DQ in a 24/7 title match?
and he hasn't been on since, has he?
No.
I know who X-Pac is. He was the guy. He was the guy who did King of Trios that one year. I know. I've heard of him.
He was the guy that did Desert Island Graps, mate. My mate Sean.
Indie lover
I don't
Jack.
think that Reginald should be. I love Reginald. He's brilliant. I'm really enjoying him now. I like the little interview where
So
they were
good.
like, "So you're not French?" He's like, "No, I just pretended." But I do think that he shouldn't be outclassing Chad Gable in like 3 minutes.
This was one of those matches where you go, okay, why have you booked this?
Yeah.
Chad can't take the pin. Reggie's the champ. It was the DQ, and after a minute and a half. But never mind that. This was the mouche bouche for Reginald versus Sin Cara on Instagram.
Oh yes.
They were getting at it because they were both thinking, you're jumping in the ring for a trampoline now, are you? I did that first. Reggie's like, okay.
He said,
Sacre bleu.
Could you do it with a mask on in the dark? And Reginald went, well, I was in the circus for 10 years. I hope so.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yes,
Yeah, it's so good. I was like, yes, Reginald, go on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Reginald just expanded then because of his circus background. He'll do it like flaming torches and both hands and stuff.
Juggling on a unicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll wear a mask for no reason and have the light switched off, and no one will mention why it is.
Yeah.
Sin Cara's Instagram going, cool. Check out my Sin Cara merchandise.
Reginald's becoming so good that I think any minute now, somebody from W management is going to start writing scripts for him and ruin him. That's how good he's getting now.
Sounds about right.
He's becoming so good on the periphery that any minute now, Bruce Pritchard's going to go, hey, let's write some stuff for this guy, and then we'll hate him.
Yeah.
No, they did that. He's already had that
Oh, so he's
hurdle.
come through
because
it.
he came through and had that match. Who was it against? Was it Shayna? I forget the match that he had that.
When he was
Everyone-
just jumping around.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forget who, but it was on SmackDown like last year, and they went, great, let's put him with Nia Jax and Shayna. I was like, and then he'll do Hypnosis, It'll distract.
Let's make the build to our WrestleMania main event about Reginald rather than
Yeah.
Sasha and Bianca, which was a weird decision.
Let's have him in every single segment.
So he's on the other side of that now.
He's
This
all
is
right.
like the wrestling equivalent of what happens when you outrun the Yeti in Ski Free on Windows 95. Like, we don't know what's beyond this
That's
point.
pandering, that, Tom. That is pandering to the man sat to your right. Pandering.
Just a good
I was not ready for that
You
one.
just said words.
Just a good reference.
It's like that.
You just make up games now.
That's a real game.
It's like
That's
that.
a real game.
I know, I got it. I
It's
appreciate
like
it,
in
but wow.
Simon the Sorcerer when the...
It's like in that rap album.
It's like in Torrens Passage where you go down to the land of whatever. And
It's like when you're going to
God,
rise.
well, I can't go
So when you're
deep
going to
in my-
rise.
Here we go.
When you go to Trillions, right?
I'm more of a rise than
You are
Trillions,
more of a
boy.
rise man, aren't you? So when you're going to rise and they play Teenage Dirtbag.
I would love
you're
it
making
if
me-
I
you're
went to
making me-
Rise and started playing Commodore 64 games. I would love it.
You're making me sound like such a bimbo.
But you're
Oh,
our
I never
favourite
thought
bimbo.
about that.
Thank you,
You're our favourite bimbo.
You know what? That's a good...
What?
I never thought of you, but yeah, you're a bit of a himbo.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Wait,
You're enthusitic about
I
stuff
got
and you're
2-1.
passionate.
How dare you?
2-1 in what? Being a himbo?
No, English literature.
Okay, himbo slice.
Slice!
We'll move on. Yeah, Reggie. Whatever.
Himbo Slice.
Anyway.
That's great. Well, you know, every podcast needs a himbo.
Because I only recently learned what himbo meant. Because I saw a video about...
That makes you a himbo. You've only just found out the definition of it.
It was a video.
I rest my case,
It was
Your
a
Honour.
video about Zac Efron's travel series, and he's going around. He's going around going like, "Water is amazing. Wow. Let's step on the grass without our shoes on." Guy. Oh, Zac. What guy?
Roman Reigns and fellow himbo Finn Balor have their SummerSlam
Zac Efron.
contract.
Balor.
I like that, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Contract signing. Roman signs, but Finn's attacked by Corbin before he can too.
Yes.
Corbin goes to sign it himself with his crappy shirt with the stains on it. But Cena runs in and throws him out the ring before writing his own name.
Writing scene in big letters.
Cena. Backstage, Heyman demands to know what Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce are going to do about this. They point out that the contract now says Roman versus Cena, and that's good enough for them.
God.
He's just paychecking the business.
Even Pat McAfee pointed out the absurdity of this whole thing.
One thing I like about wrestling in general is the weird status that contracts occupy and how fast
Yeah.
and loose you can play with contract. I like it. I think it's okay.
I feel like it is
What was
like
the Vince McMahon one where it was either Shawn Michaels or Undertaker, I forget which one, but he was like, I'm not signing this. So Vince McMahon attacked him and signed it with the person's blood.
Yeah.
I went, there we go, that counts.
No, did he dap the pen in his blood and then get his hand and write Sean with his
Something
hand?
like
I was
that.
going to say, has
So
there
that's
been
fine.
an instance
Then he
where someone's
misspelled
been
it.
knocked out and then they've...
I swear, but he misspelled out the right bit out and goes, oh, S-S-E-A, oh, no, S-H-A. Sorry, start again.
Vince.
The best example of this was during the Kurt Angle and Karen Angle renewing of vows, in which AJ Styles jumped in and said, "I do." Therefore, AJ Styles and Karen were married.
That's how
TNA.
That's how weddings work.
That's how weddings work.
You could do that if you're at a wedding and you're bored and probably still hungover from the stag do. You can just go, sorry, I want to marry you.
Just shout, "I do," and that's how it works.
Just shout, I do at the right time.
I found a WikiHow article. One of my mates didn't send it to me, I think. A WikiHow article on how to crash a wedding. And the first point was like, seriously consider if it's the best thing to do to crash this wedding. But then the rest of the points were all breaking down how to crash a wedding.
But that first point
try
gets
and find
the man in
try and
trouble.
find the address of the wedding if you're not invited. It's all like, it's really, and then you've got the little stock figures going like, it's so weird. It's so weird.
I like the idea of them doing that first one being find where the wedding is. Oh, we didn't think of that.
Yeah. Oh, no.
We were just going to try
Write that down. Find where wedding is.
We were just going to try every church ever.
And there's stuff like possibly approach the bride and groom prior to the wedding, but if you must do it during the service, and then it would just go to the worst case scenario and keep going. Like if this happens, prepare a speedy exit. It's great.
Don't forget to load your crossbow in the event that I didn't load it. Oh. Nice.
So Cena's signed the contract, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Yes.
In blue.
Finn Balor getting a bit of a shaft. Which is,
Well, some would say
let that man
he's-
limit himself. Here, because it really was, this is happening, and no one was buying it. No one was buying it. Everyone chanting Cena, but
I was
thought this
nervous
was all
for
right.
this because I thought the crowd might turn on Cena if you've been tantalized with a Balor Roman Reigns match at SummerSlam. And like, you know, see Balor getting a main event is lovely. I thought the crowd might go against this, but they were very pro Cena. At least it sounded that way. And so
I think they're pro that match.
Yeah, pro that match as opposed to pro Cena.
I think it's going to be a real test of where the WWE fans are at, if they're in Vegas or the Thunderdome or COVID Central, wherever they're going to be doing it, to see what the crowd's going to be like. Because is it going to be like, yay, we like the idea of Cena, and he wrestles like, God, Roman is good, isn't he?
I'm kind of, well, obviously I want Roman to win, you know.
Oh, God, if Cena win.
Yeah, no,
that's what I mean. I think the idea of like, no, if Cena can't win this, no one wants that. No. And people are speculating if he does, then he's officially beaten Ric Flair for a number of recognised title reigns. Yeah. Which would be nice, but would be a completely stupid, backwards result. So there's a very good chance of it happening.
I've just thought they binned off Ric Flair this week.
No,
don't be.
What, they have to release Ric Flair as Ric Flair? What do you think he's going to do? Like try and interfere in the match?
No.
I
think because they've been because WWE is that petty.
No.
Petty Wainthrop, they call him.
It was a mutual release of Flair. They didn't bin him.
Last minute switcheroo and go
just to stick it to Flair to get him off the record book.
It would be something that I wouldn't put past.
It's not Demolition having a lawsuit and then never been mentioned ever again and having New Day take over the reins. It's Ric Flair. It's just them going, you know what, you're not doing much, we're cutting costs, you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'm fine with this.
No, because Ric Flair said, like, change the booking for my daughter and me, or I quit. And Vince went, I'm not changed it. And Rick went, all right, I quit. And Vince went, all right, bye. And even in the thing online, it went, they didn't wish him luck in his future endeavours. So there's obviously some bad blood there. I can see Vince doing that.
Flair tweeted, and the granddad way of putting a capital letter at the start of every word. They're like, no, it was fine. It's mutual. It's okay.
No.
We shall see.
Flair will be back. They're not getting rid of someone from a legend like Flair. They love the legends more than they love the superstars.
I think that as
Flair's bulletproof.
Yeah, I'm edging towards Maffew's side of the argument, but I can see where Tom's coming from.
I just know that the company
put the title on Cena despite Flair.
I can see them do it. I can see them do stuff like that.
But it doesn't even matter because Flair's even said, yeah, but if all the unrecognised ones, no one's beating me.
It doesn't matter. They might just do it just to go forever. John Cena has the most recognised title reigns.
And he's not here.
And
this is a one weekend.
But he's one of our guys, so that's fine. All right, let's not.
He's in Suicide Squad and he's got hair. Big E, Cesaro, and Nakamura team up to take on Cruz, Rude, and Ziggler. Cruz looks to have the match won, but Rick Boogs distracts him with the guitar, and Nakamura is able to get the win. This is part 23 of the Big E Cruz.
The mid-card mashup of just jam them all in one.
It's the new SmackDown 6.
Yes, it is.
SmackDown 6.
It's the new SmackDown 6.
SmackDown 6 in brackets matches a month or your money back. What was more interesting was Big E humping his Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Did you see that? I don't know what that was from, but
I think it's from a house show. I think it's from a live event where he's lay on the top rope, like snogging and grinding against his Money in the Bank briefcase. I must admit, it's my bread's not buttered that side, but a chap like that could turn a guy's head.
Smoke me a kipper. Seth Rollins attacks Edge as he makes his way to the ring, hitting him with a TV camera. Rollins cuts a promo. He says he's the rightful heir to the Universal Championship, and if he can't have it, then neither can Edge. The crowd chant, "We want Becky!"
Yeah. But there was a footage of him at a house show, and they were doing it louder. They were more like, "We want Becky." He was playing it off quite well.
He's like, "You can't have her."
I like how Seth Rollins to both of you is
he's
like
Gruntilda.
punching. Oh, Gruntilda.
In this podcast, he has long been Gruntilda from Banjo.
That's all I hear. I'm glad these notes appear. I'm like, oh, that's what he was saying. Cheers.
Who could be Banjo-Kazooie? If Zayn and Owens team back up, they could be
Zayn and Owens and Banjo-Kazooie.
It's going to be Otis and Gable.
Just Gable running along with Otis on his back.
Oh, they got rid
he's going the top rope.
They just got rid of Mumbo Jumbo, or the possible Mumbo Jumbo. Yeah, Bray Wyatt could have been.
Oh,
Bray
no.
Bray Wyatt turning Otis into a fridge.
I tried to think of another character there, and my brain started playing the you know the.
Oh, come on!
I try to think of another one.
Does that work on this podcast?
And maybe. I try to think of another one there, but my brain stopped playing it. You know the music that plays when the owl talks to you in Ocarina? Like the do 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 do
It's almost the Bulldogs theme then.
Yeah. Right,
Oh,
sorry.
good, isn't it?
Yeah,
We'll have to track
sorry.
it. Yeah, so this is Seth Rollins' amazing promo where he's feuding with Edge now.
Yeah. It's all right.
I hope Edge collects all the gingers in time for SummerSlam.
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair team up to beat Carmella and Zelina Vega. Oh, that's nice. Sasha turns on Bianca after match
No way.
It was a setup all along.
and holds up the title, but sadly not like that. Before putting on the Bank statement on to close the show.
Go on, Sasha. Go on. Go on, Sash.
They'll have a cracker, won't they? SummerSlam.
Crack the whip.
Yeah, but I'll only be happy if Sashi B wins.
Sashi
Go on.
B, Slay Queen.
Had a dream, Sasha Banks.
I'm gonna make some Sasha Banks gifts later to celebrate. I'm not.
Oh, shame.
I know.
Monday Night Raw.
Yay!
Here we go. After all that caffeine, here's some decaf. MVP and Lashley open the show, but they're cut off by Goldberg. The fans chant for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
During this promo, Goldberg talks about, he lives by the spear. You think you're the gladiator in this Colosseum. I'm the real gladiator in this actual Colosseum. And people like Goldberg, you were old enough to have seen the real gladiators in Rome. He leaves. MVP insults Goldberg's suddenly adult son at ringside.
He is.
Yeah.
What the hell? What's happened there?
Like,
Mumbo Jumbo turned him into an adult.
that little hook at ringside.
It has been like 5 years, I suppose, since... Yeah. Okay.
Hookette.
What are they feeding these kids? This brings Goldberg back to spear MVP. This felt like, those things where it was all right, they did what they needed to do, but this was just, this is what we're doing to build this match. And it was almost by the numbers, paint the dots. That's not right. You don't paint the dots, do you? You join the
You
dots.
connect the dots.
Yeah, you do 1, then 2, then 3.
Do you
Forget
think
what you do after that.
do you
I
think
wasn't
that's
very
what
good at them.
Do you think that's what this is?
It's like, let's do a segment with Goldberg talking, forgetting that nearly 99% of Goldberg's promos have been something.
You're next.
You're next.
Yeah.
And that's all. And this was just this. This was just words.
This was Goldberg.
He could have gone Econ Bokum.
Yeah. This was Goldberg with a modern WWE script, and it didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Gladiators and Colosseum, and Nessie and Swords. Swords. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not for me. I'm scared that Goldberg's gonna win.
God, that'd be so stupid.
Goldberg and Cena are going to be
I think
champions
that
in
Goldberg-
2021.
I think Goldberg's got a better chance of winning than John. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see what. So where would you go, Jack, from Goldberg winning the title?
Oh, I don't know. I like it when it happens because people all tune in to us angrily and we're like, yes,
Yeah.
views, validation.
Validate us.
And then Sam gets into an argument on Twitter.
Would you? I don't know whether
We're never going to let him forget that he said that it was good that Goldberg beat The Fiend. It's that and him saying he'd eat his heart if Moxley left AEW.
no, I'm
Left
with the
WWE.
people on that
Those are the
segment,
two things that, specifically Ross, will never let Sam forget.
Unless we forget that Sam booked Goldberg's return in the first place.
Yes, he did. He sparked the feud between Goldberg and Roman that
did.
never happened.
That's right. We take ownership of that, are we?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh.
100%.
All Sam did was really innocently as well go, Roman, why do you have a tiny pad of mat under your hand when you... And Roman replied and went like, when you punch the thing...
Oh, yeah, that's
when
right.
you punch-
Sam did that.
when
I
you-
forgot about
when
that.
you punch
Yes.
the thing every night, it can hurt. And then Goldberg was like, you're soft. And Sam was just there like, what have I done? Oh, no. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I like when Sam books feuds.
Yeah. So what has Sam said about this then?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, he's keeping it close to his chest this time. Sensible.
Because whatever he says happens. He's Mystic Sam.
You know what? I'll be all right with this if it ends with Kofi helping Lashley win and going, I'm finally time
Yes.
to join you dudes.
Oh, no.
It'll happen.
Oh, no. I
Come
thought
on.
you meant does it and then goes, I'm next. And then beats Lashley.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he joins.
Oh, yeah.
He joins the Hurt Business version 2.0.
I'd be happy if Goldberg wins. The end. No, I'd be happy if Goldberg wins, but they absolutely batter each other. Then after the match, Lashley just destroys Goldberg, and then you hear, "Oh, Vegas!
Okay, yeah.
Don't
That's
you
a bit-
dare
okay, yeah.
miss out!"
Yeah.
And here comes Big E, pins Goldberg.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and Goldberg's like on the floor dying, so Big E, to buy time for him to stand up, just humps his briefcase a bit more. He's building energy.
He's building up for his mega move.
Yeah, he's building up for the schoolboy pin.
It's super
Yeah.
effective.
Yeah. I like you said, Goldberg and Lashley batter each other. I'm like, if there's something that Goldberg's done these last few years of matches, it's... Oh, no, wait, he has battered himself. He's done a great job beating himself up.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, like
Because I know that Big E has said like he'd love like a match with Goldberg, Lashley, stuff like big beefy men slapping meat.
Yeah.
He'd love to be in the mix with that. Maybe before the match starts, we hear,
that would be great.
that'd be good. But if Big E don't win, everybody will be sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very sad.
I'd be sad.
I'd be very sad. Give Big E the title, you absolute cowards.
I'd be really sad because what would Apollo Crews do after that on SmackDown?
Oh, I don't mind. He can do whatever.
Drew McIntyre takes on Veer and Shanky. Before the match starts, Drew McIntyre comes out and he's got his sword and he gets out the Sword of Stone, and I think that makes him king of bloody old England according to Earl Robert. As he comes down the ring, there's a big old yay as he takes his sword out, and it's a bit fake. And it's so fake that if you're watching this and you had your ears open, you can hear Michael Cole's commentary as he talks about the 16-time champion, so presumably it's Cena, and then they quickly mute it and his pop goes away.
Yeah.
So they have been piping in some fake audio on these, but usually they remember to take out the commentary before they use it.
It makes me think, my audio brain was like looking at this, I thought, maybe there's just a series of buttons that say Cena chant with MC comms. Drew chant with MC with comms, and my audiophile brain likes the idea of having things like that prepped, like even them recording lines of commentary that compete against the chants to make it sound a bit more real. I like stuff like that. I like me audio stuff.
I don't like the idea of it happening.
No, I hate the idea that it happens.
But I like thinking. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's interesting to think about the process.
Kevin Dunne with a Roadcaster with like buttons that just say Bobby chant.
He presses the wrong button. It's like, here comes Drew McIntyre. Sorry about that. Sorry. Jinder runs in for the DQ, so Drew clears the ring with his sword.
100 bad guys with swords.
He's got a sword. You idiots. We've all got swords.
Jinder should do that. Yeah.
And then Drew gets his gun out and shoots him like an Indiana Jones. Like the Goldberg stuff, this is just here's Drew against some fiendish, ne'er-do-well bad guy dicks.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool.
This could have been more. This could have leaned more heavily on the and they said the rock and roll stars. What were they called? The 3-man band and the history they've got.
Oh.
And it could have been better. It could have been much more better.
Yeah, and it's so weird. You know those great feuds we had where back in the day the good guy would be beaten up by a gang of bad guys and either he'd get some of his mates to join in or he'd get his revenge, and that was the hype. And with Drew, Drew's beating up all the bad guys by himself every week. Oh, God, I'm on the edge of my seat here, Tom.
I'm sick of when a wrestler, and I don't know when it happened exactly, but in modern history, when WWE realized that they should build to pay-per-view matches by having those two people only interact with each other and wrestle each other quite a few times, and for the month leading up to it. And I just think, why is it going to be that way? Because in the olden days,
back in the
2000s, they'd have a match with someone random on the card who they just don't have it, and then then there'd be a run-in or a mixed tag with people from different feuds interlacing, and that doesn't really happen as well anymore.
You're right, Tom. You're right, Jack, because...
My brother's name is Tom,
Sorry,
so I'm well used to that.
I'm sorry, I'll get it right. You're right, Hook. The reason why they don't do that anymore is because they fired everybody.
Yeah.
They've only got these people to do it with.
Yeah.
It was that or...
No, you can mix and match.
What's his name? Is it Riker?
You can mix and match this card a little bit more.
I genuinely forgot his name.
Riker.
Yeah.
Jackson Riker.
Yeah.
You can mix and match this card much more than you already do. You can have Veer and Shanky face Mansoor and Ali, and then have Drew run them off. You can mix and match this card. They just choose not to. And I don't know whether, as Jack says,
Compartments.
it's like compartmentalizing these feuds. So like they only interact with each other. So, but then surely the obvious thing is, you want that little bit of bleeding between the two to get different
Yeah.
stories over.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Give
You
it
know?
a sense that you're watching a world developing rather
Yes,
than a really
exactly,
crappy
yeah.
written show.
We did a thing on the Classic SmackDown review the other week.
did.
Where every Saturday on the Cultaholic podcast feed, thank you very much, we talk about SmackDown from the year 2000.
We do.
And there was a bit where it's the Kane and Jericho feud from 2000. And it's a really non-consequential bit on Raw where Kane is facing Steve Blackman in a hardcore title match.
Oh, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds amazing.
I know, because and Kane does an interview beforehand. He says, I've challenged Steve Blackman to a hardcore title match
Right.
tonight. And when I win the title, I'm going to challenge Jericho to a title defense. And I'm going to batter his face in. And so, there was a little bit of story there.
Yeah.
So they have the match, and Kane's doing well. And then Jericho runs in, because Jericho's like, I don't want to face Kane in a hardcore match.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop him winning the title. So it's little things like that don't take away from the feud, but enhance it. And also give somebody else a little bit of a mix up. Like sticking Steve Blackman in amongst it with Jericho and Kane is cool. And you even though they've sacked a lot of people, like Maff said, you can still do this.
You can, yeah, of course.
You
By the way,
can.
this is everything that Ric Flair said to Vince. You actually get the example of the Blackman game match. And Vince, I know how good that match was. I know.
All you need is
I
Steve
remember.
Blackman is the answer. Was what we've learned here today.
Steve Blackman is always the answer.
Yeah. But do you think it's like the beginning of Rambo 3? He's there chopping wood, no shirt. No Vince McMahon himself is there. Come on, Steve. I'm not going back.
I can't go back.
Every Royal Rumble, I have a little secret hope within me, but it never has happened yet. I hope he comes back.
He's
one
still
day.
in good nick.
He's Steve Blackman.
He's still in good nick.
Yes, he cheated death once.
He did.
He did, and then became a star.
He was
That
good.
sounds like one of those Chuck Norris things we believe. Like death came for him, but he was awake, so he just picked the hell out of him with a stick.
Death came.
Death's
for
like,
him.
all right,
Death
fine.
came for him, but he had his little bag of all the weapons. Yeah.
But he was going to be like a star in the late 80s. Like Vince wanted to have him be like Steve Blackman versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Think on that. What could have been?
Yeah.
Blackman with his sticks just clattering home.
love Hulk.
My hands
I mean,
are
I don't love
registered
Hulk, I love Steve
weapons,
Blackman.
Hogan.
Yes.
Rhea Ripley beats Nia Jax with the roll-up.
Back to
I know.
2021.
Oh, you know what?
Go on.
Nia Jax was on form in this match. I think she
No.
was actually good.
I agree, and I do like her hair.
She looked a bit
Look cool.
Tina Turner Thunderdome, didn't
Look
she?
cool.
Yes, but hey, if you're going to do a look,
Yeah.
Tina Turner Thunderdome is a look.
And then blood running down her head.
I was going to say, yeah, pretty much like Tina Turner, really.
Strong look.
She was bleeding a lot, and it's the most blood we've seen in a woman since... Oh, Nia Jax bust open Becky Lynch at one time. Oh, thanks, Nia. Circle of life. Nia argues with Shayna afterwards, who walks away as Rhea gets back in and hits the riptide on Nia.
Needless from Rhea. What
Yeah.
a horrible woman.
Yeah,
Classic
she's
WWE babyfaces,
baby-facey,
being
heely-facey,
nasty, yeah.
whatever.
No,
but, yeah.
I thought it was an alright match apart from the accident with
Yeah.
the bleeding. But no, it was actually, I was pleasantly very surprised.
See, this is an example of what we were talking about. Like, Nia Jax isn't necessarily involved in the stuff with Charlotte or anything like that, but Rhea's facing Nia Jax here, so it's a little drift away from that. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do
I like
it.
it. They get rid of Reggie, and suddenly Shayna and Nia are like, why are we together?
Yeah, what would we
Our
do?
purpose is gone.
What was our thing again?
We're like head cheese without Chester McCheesington. T-Bar and Mace beat Mansoor and hometown boy Mustafa Ali. They prepare for a beatdown after the match. So Ali saves Mansoor before taking the high justice.
Because it's his hometown.
Yeah.
Of
But
course.
But I like the development of him saving Mansoor. I was like,
They've got something going. And also, it's this week, more or less, the 1 year anniversary of Retribution.
yeah. Breaking windows, tipping over
It's
chairs.
like
gently.
20 members who were then never seen again.
Michael Cole running for his life is the best part of that whole thing. I loved it.
Smacking a
No one
pole on
told
the
him it was happening,
canvas.
so he ran. It's actually Antifa. No, don't say it. It's supposed to be implied. Yeah, and here they are. Got a good. No, that was the reason why they won.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali's like, come on, it's our 1 year anniversary. Oh, all right
This is
then.
like, we're in Chicago. Ali's from there. Squash him.
But they're facing T-Bar and Mace, who we were burying. Oh,
It's like when
gosh,
two
I
magnets.
can't decide.
Oh,
It's like putting two
no.
magnets too close to each other. Like,
Yeah. Can they both lose?
I'm not himbo. I know science. I know how magnets work. I'm not a juggalo. Come on. I'm just chaining jokes together now. I don't know what I'm
You're
doing.
doing good,
It's like
yeah.
a Tony Hawk combo.
Nice. Make sure you land.
Manual.
Nice.
I'm off again.
Nice one.
Himbos love Tony Hawk. Charlotte Flair cuts a promo. Oh, God, I forgot about this. Comparing herself to US gymnast Simone Biles. Beg your pardon.
You know how
Biles.
it rhymes because we heard a rap about it later on in the week.
She certainly did. Saying she was on
We
the
will beat you for Milas.
saying she's on the verge of a breakdown after being cashed in on it 3 separate times. She talked about how she beat Nikki Ash last week and punched her in the face like a loser.
I beat her, and after I punched her like a loser.
Ash still wants a rematch tonight, no holds barred match. So Nikki appears and hits Charlotte with a chair, sending her out the ring because she doesn't want Kane as hardcore champion. That'd be horrible.
That's
So
right.
attacks upon. God, a lot of people really couldn't wait to start talking about Simone in promos
I know.
this week. It's like, oh, God, mental health in sports. Oh, yes, let's rinse her.
The
Like,
worst thing was as well, it's a heel comparing herself to Simone Biles, so you know it's the writers or Vince or whoever's or Shaw, I don't know who, but someone thinking, yeah, people are gonna boo. But that's not a good thing. We want our heel.
It's eye rolling, like,
it's
all right.
crap.
Go on, Tom.
I don't think it was as bad as what Max, the stuff from Max Caster.
Well, no.
I think because a lot of people compare the two. I mean, I'm not saying.
Sorry, go on.
It's a weird one because Charlotte Flair is a heel compared herself to Simone Biles. It's like, yeah, I know what it's like to struggle because I've had and it's like, well, you don't, and I guess that's what you're going for.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what
it wasn't very well implemented.
I don't want to give them that much benefit of the doubt. To be
Yeah,
honest.
fair. Yeah, maybe.
It was just look. It's like those early Raw '93 episodes where they're like, wow, they dealt with that like reading the newspapers that day, like O.J. Simpson murder trial, like whatever's in the news. That's what this felt like. Look, we're paying attention to the
just
news.
like a
and
shoehorned
shoved it
in reference to something
crowbarred
popular.
in a reference. Didn't really work, and then AEW Dart were like, hold my beer.
The promo would have been fine had you not put that in. It would have still been a
Yeah.
And was it improved? No, not really. It was just just a fine heel promo. I'm not.
It's weird though because people are going, wow, people are really taking this seriously, and thinking back to all the stuff Kurt Angle's been saying, like going back to SmackDown 2000, but like how it used to be where Kurt was like, oh, I could see why JFK got shot in the head here because he probably would rather do that than stay. And all these references and stuff to stuff like, wow, you really are going to that well, aren't you, these references. But this is still topical. This is still relevant. And we're also in a much, much different place in 2021 than we are back in 2000s where it's like, the hell with everything. Joel Gertner cutting a promo on Joel, harder than the tree that hit Sonny Bono Gertner 6 days after he died.
Oh, no.
You know, we're in a different place now.
It's a lot of people will pull examples from that and go, oh, so no one said anything then when that happened. But then, well, as you say, the world's a different place. And also, bear in mind that the Flintstones used to advertise cigarettes, right? And that doesn't make it all right now.
No, I get it, yeah.
I get you, but I just wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
You know what? No, my Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
Joel Gertner's filthy rhymes. The Flintstones used to smoke a tab.
It's the whole idea that, it was all right then, no one complained then. Yeah, but they used to advertise cigarettes during cartoons, and that doesn't make it all right now.
The king used to chop his wife's heads off.
There you go.
If we're going really far back.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's a.
But if the queen did that now, she married a man and just married 5 more men and chopped 2 of the 3.
She said, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded,
people wouldn't be
survived.
having it. People
And Queen
wouldn't.
Elizabeth II. That's the way it worked, is it? Yes, so this happened, blah, blah, blah. Tamina beats Doudrop after Eva Marie tries to direct her partner from the outside. Alexa Bliss appears on the Tron and announces Eva as the loser of the match.
Because when Eva debuted, it was Doudrop, and then Eva announced herself as the winner, but now Alexa's announced her as the loser, even though she wasn't wrestling in the match. I hate this. I hate it.
Later,
with my guts
Doudrop.
and my soul and my elbows.
Yeah. I hate it in your elbows as well. Yeah. Later, Doudrop hits Alexa Bliss in the playground. Eva Marie taunts her and they walk off. And Lily the puppet sits up
Like
on her
Alistair
own.
Black.
And the shots didn't even match. She's there like that. And they cut to a different shot. It looked crap. TikTok videos were better shot than this. $100 million production and they couldn't get a puppet to stand up of its own accord. Rubbish.
Now, the playground is just a room, but that anyone can find. They could go, well, let's go and find Bliss in her playground. I thought the playground was somewhere she had to invite you. mystically.
Well, it's like
how am I here in the playground? But no, they just went to the playground backstage.
Yeah, they got an Uber to the playground.
Yeah.
No,
you know when
I know
Seth
what that
found
is.
the funhouse though.
Yeah, he did.
So I think it's there somewhere.
Bray was like, how the bloody hell did you get here?
What are you
I mean, Orton got a limo back from the House of Horrors to SmackDown, where it was daylight. I can't remember. Something weird with time there.
Oh, then that was because they aired it. It's like 20 minutes away from the
Still
stadium.
daylight on
and
the
it was-
West
yeah,
Coast.
good times. So, yeah. Crap.
Yeah, not good.
Moving on. Damian Priest is on Miz TV and accuses Miz of faking his injury. Miz attempts to squirt him with his dripstick, but Priest blocks it and hits Morrison before spraying Miz just for laughs. The crowd chant for CM Punk. He goes on to beat Morrison in a short match, but is attacked by Sheamus afterwards. Ricochet makes a save before teaming with Priest to beat Sheamus and Morrison in a tag match. I
This was long.
missed that
This was
cliched Raw booking.
This was long. This was filler long.
Yeah,
filler.
that was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was long.
I'll say this though, Morrison has been on fire in the
yeah,
ring
yeah.
and doing
Yeah.
his completely over-the-top dripstick stuff.
Hey,
That's been tremendous.
They've been doing the Bumpy Awards, which is like the Slammies, but for the half year apparently on the Bump. And they announced that
Bumpies.
Seth Rollins and Sonya Deville won Best Dressed. Now, Sonya Deville, fine. I think Jomo's been robbed. I think he's better dressed than Seth. He's got more drip.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
emphasise the P on drip.
He's well drippy.
Yeah.
He is drippy.
I know everything about drip from John Morrison, so if he's doing it ironically, I don't know.
Richard, who is this? If anybody knows Richard, like
It's-
he is the
no
right
one does.
person to ask.
It's
here.
Ricky Drip over there.
It is. Who should have won Best Dressed Male in WWE?
I don't think I've seen enough sample size.
He's not seen a big enough sample
I would
size.
go for Jomo.
Yeah, Morrison.
man.
Yeah. But Richard's taught me he's a big fan of how many hype beasts there are in New Japan. Ibushi rocks some seriously swagged out gear, yo.
Some nice clothes.
Yeah.
I like Sonata.
Yes.
I like Sonata's drip.
I can't keep up
I'm trying to
with.
think of who's the best dressed.
I can't keep up with all the how people do dressing now, like
Drippy, drippy.
swag and drip and. Like if
Who's got the
I
sauce?
if I find a shirt that fits all right, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like, but then I saw somebody walking through town yesterday, and they looked so cool. Like they had a jumper on that was like short sleeve, but it was quite psychedelically coloured, and they had like jeans with a rip in them and like yellow trainers with a bit of a red trim. And I was like, you look cool. I want to look like that. It just made me a bit sad. So it just made me a bit sad and like,
that's
I
fine.
found a jumper that fits me all right and I feel quite comfortable in. That's fine.
Sometimes
I want to
it's
be a
the-
bit drip
sometimes-
drippy.
We should do a video where
I'm
we
37
drip up,
and I
where
wanna
we
be
drip up- where we
drippy.
drip up Tom. Drip
I'd
him up.
like that.
Tell him about that.
Drip him up.
I'd like to be drip drippy because I'm 37 and I don't get the drip drippiness, but I'd like to.
We should drip you.
I'd like to be a bit drippy.
drip you down, bro.
I want to be drippy. I'm
say
happy to
drip
spend.
some
I'm
more.
happy to spend money to be drippy.
Oh, well.
This is a series. This.
wanna
Yeah.
be
Richard
drippy.
Tubman's drip school.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're born drippy.
Born
Mega
drippy.
white thing. Mega.
Drip boy, drip.
I want to be drip. I want to be drip.
Right.
Anyway, moving on
Raw,
from
yeah.
the wetness. Almost beats Riddle in a couple of minutes. That happened.
Yeah. Weird.
Karrion Kross is beaten again on Raw, this time losing to Keith Lee.
Couldn't believe Keith Lee won. I could not believe it.
Keith got a W at the expense of Karrion Kross.
And the entire brand of NXT.
Yeah, there is that as well. Yeah, Karrion Kross put out a tweet afterwards that basically said, "Trust the process
Oh,
and move forward in the workprise."
Carry it usually, boy.
I think Keith's still dealing with the storyline of what is happening between him and WWE.
Well, I don't want to pry too much in case it's something like personal or like, you know.
When he said
He
he's
has
going to tell
tweeted
us soon.
and
Oh,
He
yeah.
says he's going to
yeah.
say it soon.
Oh, well, then we can speculate.
Yeah.
I think I was going to do the plot of Space Jam, and I've just decided against it.
Oh,
He
you
was
should
he
have
was abducted
done.
by aliens and had to play basketball, and I thought that's
That would have been brilliant.
that's fine. No,
That would have been brilliant. Do it anyway, and we'll act like the way we would have done. Well, forget
think-
you said that.
I
Just
think
do it.
Much like '90s basketball megastar Michael Jordan, I feel like Keith Lee was abducted by aliens and forced to play basketball.
That's a great one, Jack. That'd have been amazing.
That's awesome.
I like
you,
how
Dom.
you look like something
90s.
crawled into your skin as you say that.
I'm on the Monstars. It has. It's changed.
You would have
Hit
taken
him high, hit him low.
Dijakovic turned up and went da 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 da. Dijakovic? I didn't know he was in this picture.
I honestly thought you said, imagine if COVID turned up. I thought in Space Jam 2, LeBron has to dunk over COVID to save the world.
Oh, it turns out Disney owns that.
The only way we'll get rid of COVID is if you beat us in a basketball game.
No, that's it. Nothing could stop this. Got a sellout crowd. Everyone's ready. What could possibly go wrong? COVID. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry, that's the plot of SummerSlam. Reggie beats Dragon Gate legend Tozawa in 2 minutes to retain the 24/7 title. Yeah. Look, it's a living. What did
Reggie's becoming the most over guy in the company.
certainly is.
Reggie versus Roman. Make it happen.
Reggie. What did Tyler Breeze say this week? I'm summarizing, but it seemed to be, look, we're getting paid to
Stop
be
whinging
part of
about
the company. Yeah, part of the company. We know what we're getting into here. Just doing these little jabs. Sometimes we're on NXT, sometimes we're not. We're just sometimes just paid to sit at home. We know what we're getting. And this is why I look at Tozawa. I don't go, oh no, poor Dragon Gate dude. He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's doing one of the stereotypical gimmicks you'll ever see in your life in 2021, but no one seems to bat
But
an
it
eye
works
about
the other
that.
way, because when someone leaves and is treated really well and does really well, then I feel really pleased for them.
Yeah.
So I think I am allowed to feel disappointed for them. Actually, Tyler.
Shooting hard.
No.
Capital letters.
I like him. He seems very fun and nice, Tyler Breeze.
Plus, look at him.
Aye.
Oof.
Who's the party? It's him, Adam Cole, Woods, and Cesaro.
Cesaro.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
handsome collective. Wow.
Oh,
The
man.
handsome collective. That's
Team Drip. Nikki Ash bravely beat Charlotte in the no-holds-barred main
I
event.
thought it was, Brad. That wasn't a joke. I really did put that.
It celebrates the crowd. Then the show. She does. She beat
She
her.
was so brave.
She got beat up
Yeah.
in the entire match, and then she went, no, sod you. I'm an Ash.
I'd really... if it gets to a big singles match between her and Charlotte, she needs to bring back... Like bringing back Cactus Jack. Do you not think?
Oh, get into
Bring
the...
back Nikki Cross. And
You've made me
yeah.
cross. Takes off the mask. Nikki Cross.
Carrying cross.
but Charlotte...
No, not that cross. No,
But
God.
Triple H basically almost did a bump when that happened. But
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
imagine Charlotte would go...
No, Charlotte's got to go the Triple H, but it's the Triple H.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see you, kid.
Charlotte would be 2004 Triple H,
Yeah.
not 1999 Triple H.
Do you think Ric Flair
2000.
is it the episode of Raw, the Carl? Right, that's it. If Charlotte Flair loses again, I'm gonna drive. I'm driving home. There'll be no Cape Canaveral for anybody. Nikki Ashbent. Right, that's it. Back to Winnipeg.
It's really interesting to see Matthews. But you're thinking of Botchamania stuff in real time. That's really interesting.
Yes, as opposed to
That's how the
fake time.
gears are turning. It's
Yeah.
great.
I can just imagine Matthew's brain is just the font that he uses for Botchamania.
I dream in that one.
Yeah. What's that font called?
Earthworm Jim.
Is it?
And I played Earthworm Jim on the Twitch, and not one person noticed.
Really?
I went, yay, got away with it.
You've stolen it there. But I like
I have.
Jack's idea of Nikki reaching a point where you go, you're not going to face Nikki, a superhero at Backlash.
You're right, Nikki, you're
I
right.
think you know the girl.
Yeah.
And then underneath she's dressed as Nikki Cross. Like, that's cool.
It's just
Like,
her. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
like, it's just
anyway.
me.
It'd be the only time that Superman has gone, right, you've beat me. How about Clark Kent?
Everyone goes, whoa!
Whoa! I think you know the guy.
Whoa,
puts
the
glasses on.
reporter, dude. I love your stuff. Takes a bump. And by the way, Nikki Ash seems to be getting over with the crowd because
Yeah.
she's beating up Charlotte and winning matches and
Yeah.
titles.
There was
and that's
a-
a good way to make people like you.
There was a report
So,
that they
go
weren't
on.
that she wasn't doing so well in crowd reactions, but that turned out to not be the case or an isolated case, and she's very popular.
People
Well, I
like
mean,
this
it's
main
ebbs and
event
flows. I mean,
segment. Definitely, yeah.
I mean, these crowds are being mostly all right. They do like that CM Punk fella. They do like things from 2014 and like that Wyatt dude or whatever. But I was one of these people who think, oh no, because I expect every wrestling crowd to be Philadelphia or something like that. Like, boo, you suck, Nikki Ash. But instead, no, they cheered the hell out of her. And yeah, see, I like to say because I'm worried that somebody's going to watch all these back from probably not for the beginning, Jesus, but and go, oh, Maffew said this about Nikki Ash. He wasn't very confident, so I feel the need to say, no, I was wrong. Good times.
Always choose to be happy rather than right.
Exactly.
I will always
Yeah,
rather be
well said,
happy
Tom.
than right.
Hold on to what you've said there for the mailbag.
Oh, no. NXT. Legado del Fantasma face Hit Row. Santos Escobar caused a DQ finish, hitting Top Dollar with a chair. After the match, he steals Isaiah Scott's grill, oh no, and puts a chair around his neck, but Hit Row chased the bad guys away.
I'm liking this feud. I know it was a DQ finish and stuff, but I like both of the groups. Love Hit Row.
They're good, aren't they?
Good lads.
But believe it or
and,
not,
and lady.
a good lad and a lady, of course.
Yes.
They're doing their own creative, apparently.
Are they?
Yeah, Isaiah said that they got a lot of creative control in what they're doing, which is probably why we like it.
Yes, maybe. I like. Well, you could. They did that whole rap thing as well, didn't they? That whole rap thing. They did that whole.
That whole rap thing, as a rap expert sat next to me.
Yeah,
that whole rap thing. I get it. Top Dollar is quite literally, my darling, Top Dollar. I really like him. Big beefy boy, can throw a good drop kick, good pace, bags of charisma. Oh, he's gonna be a thing. He's going to be a thing, you know, Top Dollar.
I think so too.
I think he'll be a thing. Really like him.
Yeah. Louder money.
Louder money. He's a good
That's
guy.
going to be his solo. When he goes solo, that'll be the start of his theme music.
Yeah.
Louder money.
No, these two guys feel a lot more like the older NXT that we used to have.
Right.
Where people go, all right, cool, show us what you can do.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. You go, oh, you can do a lot, can't you? Ridge Holland, yeah, he's back. Beats Eichmann Giro with these. Oh, Eichmann means handsome. After the match, Pete Dunne says they're ready to destroy Ciampa and Thatcher because Ridge Holland is a real man.
Real man's man?
And then Ciampa says, no, you're leaving soon, aren't you? Not the way. So that'll be a good match when we get it.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he used was it called Northern Grit, his finisher in this? Was it Northern Grit he won with? Because that's a lovely finish.
I can't remember quite what.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's like a snowplow that Al Snow used to do, but looks a lot tougher. I'm pretty sure it's
He's
called
from
Northern.
Leeds.
Yeah, he's a Yorkshire. He's a former Yorkshire rugby player. That's
right, yeah.
Huddersfield.
Was
Right.
Was he the one who was friends with Strowman when they were both in developmental? And there was a video of him just laughing at Strowman because Strowman had one of those, those like things you can throw and it whistles when it goes through the air. It's like a rugby ball, tiny rugby ball shaped thing with a fin on the back, and you go like.
Oh,
A wiffle ball.
Yes, I think so. And Strowman throws it, he's like, all right, here we go, right hand. And Strowman goes, and they're in this field and it just goes miles.
Yeah.
He goes, right, now left hand. And Strowman goes, and he goes, it's really good. They're both just,
I haven't seen
They're
that.
both just cracking up. I think it was
Oh.
Ridge Holland. They were just good mates. It was nice.
awesome.
Nice to see the former 3CW world champion
I
Luke
know.
Menzies
There we go.
doing so well. Love him. He's a lovely man.
3CW.
3CW.
What's that? Do they have a commentator, Tom?
Oh, they did, but they're not existing anymore, so it doesn't matter.
I love that they just haven't said anything about their demise, and all they do is just go, hey, remember that time that 3 years ago something happened?
Their roster was beefy.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Luke Menzies, and then like all your flavors from the north of England popping up in there as well. It was a fun little company.
It was. Roderick Strong beats former stablemate Bobby Fish, with the rest of the Diamond Mine looking on. Kushida later grants Strong a cruiserweight title shot.
He's going to lose his belt. He's going to lose. He's going to lose.
Who's going to lose?
Kushida's going to lose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it sound like Strong was not going to win. No, I agree with
And
that.
even though I like Kushida, I can't wait for hopefully Strong wins and we get like some Malcolm Bivens promos and stuff with the belt.
That's what I want, really.
Yeah.
Because this is part of like the more storyline-driven cruiserweight division that they're looking to begin with.
I didn't realize on Up, Down, Down. So Tyler Breeze is still very much a part of it, and even though he's gone, and him and Woods started a new Raw SmackDown GM mode, and they went to they build up the draft so much. And I watched some highlights, and they're like, right, who's your first draft, Breeze? And he picks himself, and then Woods is like, right, well, I'll pick myself. And then the second two, I think, were like Omos and Bivens or something like that, and they're just picking like their mates basically, rather than but they scroll past like Batista, Undertaker, whatever. They're like, let's pick Billy Kay, and they're just choosing their pals. It's nice.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, fellow friends, lose to the grizzled young veterans. Afterwards, Ted DiBiase comes out to console Grimes. He says he knows Grimes is a man of his word, but he needs to find a way out of this Butler deal.
Last week when you weren't here, me and Ross both heartily agreed that Ted DiBiase is a hypocrite because he was so nasty to Grimes, and now he's like, "Oh, you've got to get out. Knight's such a bad person." Like, well, you were the one. You were the one who fancied Knight first.
Plus, Ted DiBiase saying, "No, you're treating this dude really badly." And then I go, I got one word for you, mate. Virgil.
Yeah.
So,
But he's learned the error of his ways. He doesn't want history to repeat itself.
He's mellowed with age.
no, he needs the money.
Yeah,
I mean, there is
Big
that.
difference.
Loads of money.
No, damn money. That's it. Why did he try to get top dollar? Because he loves his name.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai talks about how she plucked Raquel Gonzalez from obscurity. The NXT Women's title should be hers. Ooh. She resents Raquel for getting the title shot against Io and says she was always more than Raquel's sidekick.
I'm more than a sidekick. Cut to a sidekick.
Right.
Nice
Yeah. Dakota Kai's phenomenal. Love her. She's great. I hope she wins. Nothing against Raquel. I just want all the title changes, apparently.
Yeah.
I hope she wins.
Yeah, all the titles
Mix up
to
all
change
the
on.
belts. Yeah.
Yeah. Trey Baxter beats Joe Gacy in the breakout tournament, which felt weird because Joe Gacy got a promo package and Trey didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've done that a few times where they've hyped somebody and then that's gone down. Do you remember when Samoa Joe was on a tear in NXT and they hyped that guy and I can't remember his name and everyone went, it's Simon Miller. It looks like Simon Miller. Do you remember they had the video to hype like this beefy guy that was up next on NXT?
Beefy bald guy in NXT.
Beefy bald guy in NXT looked like Simon Miller.
2015.
Dan Maff.
Dan Maff.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maff. It's nothing like Simon Miller.
When he
If
debuted.
it was just a shadowy video package, I suppose.
No,
Wait, no, that can't be Dan Maff.
Look him up. But then when he came out for his match, like after this video package, he came out. Oh, we've heard a lot about this guy. He's a big guy. Oh, not Dan Maff then.
No, that can't be Dan Maff.
it's not Dan
definitely
Maff.
not 100% not Dan Maff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is it then? It's definitely not Dan Maff.
Simon Miller's flattered back. Fuck Dan Maff. Bloody hell, thank you.
Delete the comment that you have written that it's not Dan Maff.
Oh, I thought we were saying that.
No, there's a guy. I'm going to have to find who it is now because it's going to do my head in. Where's my phone?
And this is like what, like 2015 NXT?
Hang on. I'm literally just going to Google.
Steve Austin?
Steve Austin, that's it.
Bull
Yeah.
Dempsey?
Wrestler.
Samoa Joe
Was he
like,
bald? Was he bald?
murdered him. Was
He
he
was
bald?
bold.
Right.
Right. I'm going to find him.
He wasn't British,
Well,
was he?
while
He was. He was also in the. He was.
quite
He
well.
was. He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble as well. That was the next time we saw him. He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Oh, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu man? No.
No.
I'm going to
not
find the
Rulis,
Greatest
no.
Royal Rumble lineup, and I'll tell
While
you.
you talk about
He
that,
was in the Greatest Royal Rumble?
I'll say what. While you talk about that, I'll mention what this reminded me of, which was, do you remember the first UK tournament and Dan Maloney was in it? And they
Yeah.
all had little video packages, and his was like, I may have killed someone. Like his was like implying that he'd had his shadowy past and he was a murderer.
Yeah.
And then he lost in the first round. I was like, oh, what? Hang on, I thought he was going to go all the way. Yeah.
You actually, Richard was very close. Dan Mather.
Dan Mather.
Dan Mather.
Dan Mather.
Dan
Yeah, can you
Mather.
just Google, this was only what, 2018?
Dan Mather.
Who the hell is that?
That's Dan Mather.
Yeah, he was in the Greatest
There he
Royal
is.
Rumble.
Yeah, but like, who is
That's
he?
Dan Mather.
Yeah, all right, great. Do you know anything else
Oh,
about
he's
him apart
all
from
of
his
the
name?
production.
Reaction camera will show you Dan Mather. There he is. Now, and Dan Mather, and there in
Looks
the,
like
in the
Nathan
top right
Jones.
corner is the picture I'm talking of. So Dan Mather had this little video package to announce his debut.
right.
The commentators bigged him up as a big deal. And then as he's entering the ring, Joe runs out, batters him, and we never see him again.
Yeah, Samoa Joe ruins
Yeah.
Dan Mather's debut.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the point I was making was like sometimes they'll do that. They'll give a little bit of a little bit of hype-tastic hype, and they'll just turn it around on its head just for comedy value.
Did he do any?
No, that was it. He did nothing. It was literally for that bit. It was a whole bit
okay,
designed
okay.
for that, like to big him up as a monster debut, have him walk out, and Joe just clatter him.
Wow.
That was the thing. It's great.
That's
I
where,
loved
like,
it.
Obscure wrestlers from like '95, where I can remember, but that was only a few years ago. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, not long ago.
Anyway, yeah, well done, Trey Baxter. Nice 450 stomp, I thought.
Yeah. Well, before I watched this, I read a review which said it looked like he was caught between two moves. But then I watched it, I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
people like said, "Ooh, I don't know what it was. Looks
all right.
sloppy." And I looked at it, goes, "Nah, I'm
Looks like
pretty
it hurt.
sure that looked exactly how it was supposed to
looks
look."
like it hurts, which,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good for Trey. Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. I don't know what the point of this segment was.
Nope.
They get sushi together as a bonding exercise. It is very awkward, and Shio leaves to hang out with the waitress instead because they speak the same language and they're friends. Zoe Stark's like, "Oh no, sushi. that's a bit weird. Like it's,
Like it's the
1962.
What is this sushi?
Oh, it's cold.
Like there isn't a yo in every major high street,
Yeah.
every major town. Oh yeah, this felt very much this felt daft, very very daft.
I don't know what the point of this was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can I have some gazpacho soup, please, and
Do you
make
think
sure
they-
it's hot.
Do you think
They're an
go-
odd couple.
They go for a pizza next week and be like, what's this?
What's a
garlic
pizza?
bread? No.
If Shirai goes garlic bread,
Let's Cadbury's thing, Grace.
let's get the
It
taste.
tastes the same. Yeah.
It's garlic and this bread together.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
God.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it back. That'll be amazing if they do that. God. Johnny Gargano beats Dexter Lumis in the Love Her or Leave Her main event.
Love Her or
Shades of
It's the
Test.
stipulation we've all been waiting for
It
to come back.
certainly
Yeah.
Indy Hartwell starts to leave with the way, but rushes back to the ring and gives Dexter Lumis a Lutez press.
Yeah, she
What an
does.
end of the show. That's what dogs like every time you come home from work.
Yeah.
Big old Lutez.
They were like a pair of friendly dogs.
They were the two big dogs and the big hog. Yeah, it was funny because it's almost like they know Dexter Lumis should have won this match, but the NXT crowd are a bit with some of these cheers. If we have Lumis beat Gargano, that crowd's going to boo Dexter. So the result was, in the Love Her or Leave Her match, Dexter Lumis won, and then she left anyway.
Indy's wonderful modern take on the Love Her or Leave Her match. It's not legally binding. I can do what I want.
Yeah, but I'm just sick of wrestling matches that don't adhere to stipulations.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
But does it
why
not-
sell a stip that you're just going to go back on
But does it
immediately?
not? Does it
Then
not?
seconds afterwards.
Does it not further drive the point home that despite being in the way, she's not being in the way, being in the way, she's defying all of that for love. You know,
That's not the way.
that's not the way. No, it's not.
Love is the way.
Love is the way.
That's what we're going for.
Beth Phoenix was funny on commentary. She was loving it.
Yeah.
Index. Go
In-
on. Get him.
Get in, lad.
Get stuck in.
You get in, lad. Index.
It freaked me out because she said Beth Phoenix said some on commentary. I'm like, what?
No.
Beth Phoenix? No, but she's just like, oh, that happened. Oof. She doesn't. I don't really notice much that she says.
Oh, I listened to a shoe interview the other day. Oh, and I really like Beth Phoenix. She seems like a nice woman, but it was Michelle McCool talking about when she battered her, when she gave her the finisher, and she tucked her arms so that Michelle McCool's face just went boom on the camera. Yeah,
Any reason why she did that?
Michelle McCool doesn't know. She was like, I never knew why.
Doesn't like
but
it.
because it was wrestling and tough and that. She was like, I never asked. I just sucked it up and carried on. I was like, ooh.
I'm sure Beth would be mortified to know that
I'd
she
like
put
to
her in
think
bother.
that I'd like to think that it would be an accident. But I'd hope. Anyway, I don't want to sow the seeds of drama.
Yes, you do.
No.
And this was a all right. NXT did what it was supposed to do, building up to things. Wait. Walter versus Ilya 2
Yeah.
was announced. What an amazing
forgot to men- I
episode
forgot
of
to-
NXT,
Forgot to
ladies
mention
and
that.
gentlemen.
Well, Matthew, I'm a bit worried that it might not live up to the first. Yes, there'll be a crowd, but it's not going to be the main event, is it? It might be in the middle of the card somewhere. On the other hand, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were in the middle of the card on a takeover, and they tore the house down.
It will
So-
steal the night.
You are saying after all the matches that he's had, Walter is not going to
No,
steal
okay,
the
yeah,
show.
right, okay, fair.
He will steal. These two will steal the show. I'm so excited to see them go again.
Will you be sad if Dragunov wins?
No.
Good, right, good. Whoa! This is a breakthrough.
The only thing strong enough to beat Walter is Dragunov.
Okay.
He's just too stubborn to die.
And I know that there's a bit of an NXT UK lull type mentality, but what a cool story they've told, right? Where Dragunov just takes Volta to the limit, but it's not enough. And the match is so intense that it sends Dragunov almost into mentally up a height. And then every time he'll have a match and somebody will chop him or slap him, it'll take him back to that match. He will go wild. And he's had to learn to sort of channel that. And for a while, he was struggling with like basic guys like Sam Gradwell. Sorry, Sam, but it's true. And he was struggling with even matches like that. And he had to go, I've got to get this because this is ridiculous. This shouldn't be a competitive match. And once he channeled it, he went back up. He beat Coffey and Rampage, and then Volta attacked him. Now Volta is trying to get that rage out of him again because Volta realizes that Dragunov, with that rage channeled, is probably the biggest threat he's ever faced. So he's trying to needle him to get him to come unglued again. It's a great story.
So anime.
So subtle.
anime.
So beautifully told. And it's probably because no one WWE is paying attention to it. It's been so beautifully told.
Also, I like Sam Gradwell, but I'm just going to throw that in there.
No, I like Gradwell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I
like Gradwell.
Yeah.
He struggled to beat Dan Mather.
There we go. Yeah. No, I'm really looking for it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and it's great because
really
I've seen this. They did the finals of 16 Carat 2017. It was Ilya versus Volta, and he's like, I know you're hurting us, but I don't care. And then they did the 2018, the best match I've ever seen live, which is Volta, Ilya, and Bad Bones, the three-way.
Oh, when he announced him, when he brought him in, yeah.
What's the stipulation? Is it last man standing? Is it no holds barred? What is it?
Jesus match.
Three-way match. Yeah,
He's starting three-way dance. Everyone goes,
wait, what? And Ilya, who hadn't been seen for like 6 months, like, and then they did the rematches in progress, and they're doing it again, and
yeah.
Let them do it with the brakes off.
Yeah. Let them fight.
Take the brakes off.
Fight one another.
Let them go.
Fight.
Let
Are you man enough to fight with me?
It's that dude's watch Professor and Godzilla films. Let them fight. It's like, why? That's actually a really bad idea. Whoa!
That's exciting. Let this fight.
Dun. AEW Homecoming, where there's no Volta.
We're going to fall out in this one, Tom. We're going to fall right
Oh,
out.
I'm looking forward to
Why?
this.
We're going to fall right out.
Why are we going to fall out, Jack?
You know why.
I don't know what you're talking about. I loved everything about AEW this week.
Chris Jericho beats Juventud Guerrera in the third labor with a Judas effect on a top rope because Chris Jericho had to win removing the top rope, and Jericho's like, I'm 50, so it came off the elbow. Not good
The
enough.
finish was good, but the match I was a bit like...
Look, this was intended for a nostalgia pop.
Yeah.
If you're like me, you remember Juventud, you were a lot more lenient with how it was because it's Juventud.
Yeah.
These luchadors, not all of them get to age gracefully. Some of them still try and do the high-flying stuff despite their body being destroyed. Or they get fat like LA Park, either or. And so I'm very lenient. I saw a lot of people going, bloody hell, he was sloppy. Come on.
Has Hoovy not always been a little bit... Am I committing
At his
sacrilege
best,
here? By
he was
okay, right,
as good as Ray.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a reason why Ray is one of the
Ray's
absolute
a
best
freak. I don't know
ever.
how he can still do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
Lucha's bad, and Lucha's bad. Lucha's very hard to do.
bad.
I know you know.
Maffew hates
No.
Lucha. Maffew likes Lucha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to defend it, but I'm saying like Juventud is someone who he's an interesting guy.
They got through it.
They did. So what do you think about this, Tom? Because you're midway between.
I agree. Like I thought it was. I mean, it was just done for the love of seeing these two go again.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice. Thought it did the job well. I was nervous about them announcing Wardlow as the next one. I think because they're setting they've been sort of ramping it up with these novelty returns and stuff, and where they're saying Wardlow is your next one was a bit.
I was waiting.
I was
for
hoping for it to be like Bob Sapp.
Malenko. Yeah, maybe not Malenko, but you know what I mean. Like someone from Jericho's Bob Sapp. I just registered what you said there. I was like, oh, okay.
Dancing
okay.
Bob Sapp.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, but unless how many labors are there going to be?
Five. This
Five.
is going to be number 4. Then the fifth one's
So
MJF. The fifth one's MJF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see, I wonder whether you would have gone Spears, Wardlow, then
I think Gage might have been the
then
best.
Juventud, then Gage, then MJF.
See,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if they base it on just the special guest people, then you run the risk of forgetting what the feud's about.
Very true.
Which some
very
people speculate
true.
maybe they have, because this is
But this is bringing it back.
part 5 of the Jericho MJF feud already.
Yeah.
That feud this won't die. So, but I'm like, you know what? I like Gage.
Yeah.
I know whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
People are like, oh God, this was horribly wrestled and there was glass and it was violent. It's like 10 stars.
Yeah.
Great match.
I know Juventud Guerrero's back.
fun.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, fun little bit.
He's not here every week. He's just, hey, look at Juventud. Crowd reacted to him. It's all I want. Stuff yous. But I'll admit, if you weren't a Juventud Guerrero fan before this match was going to make you one. So, whatever. Don't care.
They nailed the finish, both of them. Jericho nailed it, and Hoovy sold it really well. It was the finish was good. Yeah.
It's a shame, though, that he didn't get any mic time. Because that would have killed a few hours.
It's not a shame.
The juice just loose. Backstage, Hangman Page tells the Dark Order that he needs to be on his own. They complain, but Evil Uno reminds them that this is what he wants. Maybe it's for the best.
Guys, maybe this is what he wants. I was like, oh, where's this going? Where's this going now?
It's going straight to twitch.tv/Evil Uno to watch him play Among Us, which is the the main game I see him play whenever I raid him.
They're playing a lovely long game still with Hangman Page. A few people are nervous that they've missed the jumping off point.
I'm very, very nervous.
I don't think they have.
So it's not going to be an all out, do we not think that? It's going to be full gear.
No. I reckon Revolution.
Even later.
I reckon February.
That might be all right. It might be good.
Yeah.
They're really making us wait, though.
Yeah, but I think because there's still some, and we'll get to it. I think there's more matches for Omega to have and defend the title against. I think there's more to do there. So why not run through some more of those Omega AEW title sort of dream showdowns and opportunities before the inevitable Page beats Omega, and when it happens, it'll be amazing. So I'm not against them making us wait a little bit longer.
Fair enough.
I'm really not.
I'm still with it.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying every segment.
There.
I was surprised going, it's there. It's an open goal, fellas. All you need to do is tap it in. But like, no, we're going to wait off. I'm like,
brilliant.
And maybe if they are going to bring in CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, it would make sense to hold off because it's almost going to take it off. Because it's like, I'm on page one. Yeah, whatever. Move out of the way. CM
Punk's wrestling.
Let all that happen. Let all that calm down. And then at Revolution in February next year, there you go.
Yeah.
So
it's just right now, it's how they deal with the stipulation where it says, oh, wait, I thought if we beat you, then you never ever get a title shot ever again.
Oh, there'll be a way around
There'll be a right around.
Well, Cody's looking for that, I'm sure.
Let's save that.
Anyway. But yeah, I'm still reacting to these. I'm still going, yeah.
Still happening.
They still make me feel.
Yeah.
It's very rare to get this in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but I don't care. It's not Goldberg. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin beat the debuting 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. I'm not sure why they're 2.0 and not 3.0 like they were in
They used to be, yeah.
But whatever. Maybe that'll be they'll redo it and goes, we won a match, now we're 3.0.
Yeah. I prefer them when they're good guys, but, it's nice to see them.
Great facials, the pair
Oh,
of them.
yes.
Moxley and Kingston pose with Sting afterwards, and they're very, very happy.
Kingston, it's Sting.
Yeah.
Kingston like he'd won a competition to meet Sting.
Yeah.
I loved
like
it.
Comic Con.
But we're all that guy meeting Sting.
I really like... Yeah, I really like watching Kingston during his entrance with Moxley, because Moxley's the focus, and he's all like, Moxley. But then Kingston will just stand next to him and just go like, just pose and stuff. But he looks menacing as he does it, though. And he's still... Eddie Kingston's the best.
Have you heard of the commentary Kingston's been doing with Big Show?
No.
I love it. Oh, they just wind up at Tony Schiavone.
Do they?
Yeah, the entire time. I like David Crockett on this week as well. Just to make the craziest little setup, because obviously he used to commentate on the Superstation way back in the day.
I saw Taz on Dark as well. There's like a rivalry between all AEW's little B shows.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Give Dark its respect.
Yeah, I don't know, because I said they're almost as good, and Taz responded with that gif of that guy at the wrestling show who turns around and looks at whoever's filming him.
Yeah.
I think he's just found that gif. He likes posting it. It's a good one. But yeah, come for the commentary, stay for the wrestling AEW right now. Christian Cage faces the Blade. The Bunny tries to interfere, but Layla Hirsch cuts her off, and they brawl at the back. This was a match.
Christian won.
But
yes, he did.
Yeah.
With a spear.
Next
Oh, sorry.
Christian wins, avoiding a brass knuck shot and hitting the spear.
Why has he hit the spear? On this day.
But is it after? Is it after this match that?
I went a bit too South Park with that. A bit me. It's my puppy.
I do like when that song comes on at Rise and everyone's like,
yes.
I'm looking for someone to spear. And everyone's like, I've got two buggers in my hands. Don't you dare.
Or when My Way comes on and pockets of lads all around bringing that, and then their girlfriends all go off and what are you
just
forget about Deborah. She's out of the equation.
She's in the bathroom having a piss.
Was it after this match where it was revealed that Christian, because he'd accrued so many wins, was now the top contender?
I don't want him to be the number one contender.
I don't really care.
I want him to be, because he's going to lose.
No, as a dude on Dark to get a title shot against Omega, just willy-nilly, that's fine. Not a pay-per-view, please, God, no.
Christian will have a good match with Omega. I'm sure. I've got no doubt of that. But I just don't know if I'm... Hopefully they can build something. If it is the all-out title match, hopefully they can build it. Because at the minute I'm a bit...
But I think if we're going up towards this pay-per-view where there is Daniel Bryan and CM Punk all in the air, you kind of like... And again, why we're not pulling the trigger on Page at All Out? Because that'll overshadow everything. So have a match that will be a strong AEW title match.
Yeah.
And let the other jazz happen.
Okay.
Maybe.
That would make sense if it goes that way. But there's so many things at the minute up in the air.
A lot of
like,
variables.
When's what going to happen?
Good.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. And it's very rare you get that in wrestling when the possibilities are all, ooh, cool stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony Schiavone interviews Britt Baker in the ring. Hooray. They're interrupted very quickly by Red Velvet, Boo, who wants to tout a shot and cites her 7 straight wins. Oh, so she's Christian now. Britt accepts and says it'll be on the Rampage debut in her hometown of Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Rebel swings her crutch at Red Velvet, who ducks, but Britt uses the distraction to beat her down.
Yeah.
I thought Britt was a good person.
Me too. She's a tweener now.
She's getting cheered like she's won.
She'll get cheered in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Place can come unglued for Britt Baker.
Yeah.
It's in Brit's.
Kurt Angle, who? We're all about Brit now.
Oh, that story Kurt would do. He goes, wait. You want me to go out and be booed in Pittsburgh? He goes, yeah. He goes, I don't think you guys understand. I'm a hero to these people in Pittsburgh. They look up to me. I won the gold medal. Yeah, we know.
Go out and say that.
All right, I'll do it, but they're not going to boo me. And Kurt goes out 5 seconds into his promo, they're booing him.
Really?
He's like, they booed me. They booed me in Pittsburgh. So good. Backstage, Chavo tries to get Fuego del Sol to shine Andrade's shoes. The Pop for saying, look who we've signed.
Yeah.
Fuego. Yay! Like, such a giant reaction. And it turns out Fuego's like, no, I want to join you guys. I'm going to shine your shoes. And he goes, no, you're going to shine my shoes.
He got that
And
Fuego
then
del
they
Sol
beat
pop.
him up. Yeah, he got the Fuego del Sol pop. Then he got beat up. And then he didn't use his face to shine his shoes. So I don't think Chavo's being very truthful there. Chavo warns the Lucha Brothers that if they keep working for Pac, they'll never be champs. And they did the classic bit of comedy where Penta said a really long thing. Like, what do you think about what's happening? Said lots of Spanish. And then it gets translated as, Penta doesn't agree.
Penta says no.
Penta
Yeah.
says no. I'll always be good. But yeah, and it's still...
That was the Funaki gag. He'd say loads of stuff and it would just say, indeed.
I think that's like it's a Wayne's World thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
But still waiting to see what's going to happen with those two and Pac. Because they've not said, oh no, we're with Pac. It is kind of like, well, just see how this goes.
Yeah.
Schiavone is about to interview Hangman in the ring, but the Elite interrupt.
Come on and slay.
Yeah, the state of them. The absolute state.
Let's just
what's
turn it into
anti-drip? Hangman says he's glad they're here, and Kenny guesses he wants to ask to rejoin the group. He says the group doesn't accept losers or failures, with the Good Brothers stood there going, yeah, that's right. So Hangman slaps him. The Elite beat Hangman down. The Dark Order rush down to help, but Uno and Grayson stop them, saying, hey, it's not what Hangman wants. He's doing this by himself. Frankie Kazarian tries to make the save, but the numbers are
Frankie,
too...
man, what are you doing? Fraser asked about this, so just we'll linger a bit on Frankie Kazarian's bit, because Fraser was like, what gif are you watching there? And it was when they got him outside the ring and were just beating him down, and Nakazawa's got the basketball and he just goes, bang, and I was like, oh, careful. And because if it was actually like a proper inflated one, that would
hurt, yeah.
And Fraser was like, what's he doing? And I was like, he's the Elite Hunter, can't you see? And Fraser's like, oh, he's battering them, yeah. And they're all just around him going, it's really funny. He's not doing well, Frankie, bless him.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's not. But God bless him for trying.
Punch my own knuckles there on the other hand.
He's method actor.
Really uncoordinated. No, it was an accident, totally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's it. Well, I've broken my hand, but I'll carry on this podcast nonetheless.
He's in the mix on Impact as well, though, is Frankie Kazarian. He's in a 6-man against Kenny and the Good Brothers.
Okay.
I believe. So that, and there's an indication that Frankie's going to...
He's going to hunt him down.
He's going to go for the Impact title from Omega.
Okay.
As an Impact OG.
That'd be so weird. Remember when Kazarian and Daniels were there talking openly when Impact were there going, we'll give a lovely donation to, I don't know, some charity. And they're going, we haven't been paid in weeks. If you got money for them, can we have money? They're like, that's not very negative. That's very negative. You're saying those things about the charity. He goes, no, I've got kids to feed, Dixie Carter.
Kazarian should grow his hair for that if it happens.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want him back like that.
Old school Kazarian.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Omega blasts Hangman with the AEW title belt.
Yes, he does.
He does.
He does. He got away
It's a
with this
nasty
one.
pasty.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He'll get his one day. I don't know from who, but if only there was someone who could beat him.
Yeah. Miro, oh my God, beats Lee Johnson to retain the TNT title. How good is everything Miro does right now?
Yeah.
Between his theme, which sounds like the theme that God would have. He wants that rematch with Vince McMahon. The promos, I want to thank God for making me so strong and my wife's so flexible.
Lana put up a picture of herself doing the splits
Oh.
on a countertop.
And then Miro coming out battering Lee Johnson, and Lee Johnson got the, oh no, there's hope. I'm like, there's no hope, pal. There's not a chance. And then after he battered him and stretched him with the camel clutch, afterwards he's lying there like dead, and Miro's just stroking his head. Like, good boy.
He's so
Awesome.
good. He's so good.
I am 200% invested in Miro.
He could have been this in WWE. Never mind.
Yeah, he got to throw a fish.
Yeah, he did. He did, yeah.
Honestly, you ungrateful fans. All you people cheering about we want Miro with the same people throwing fish.
Jack, you were there throwing a beach ball round.
were there.
When Rusev was in a tank.
That's right. I blame you, Jack.
So therefore it's your fault.
Layla Hirsch beats The Bunny to get an NWA women's title shot at Empower. Camille comes down the ring for a stare down, and the height difference. Someone's put is rather amusing here. I don't regret. Rather amazing.
Okay, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
First of all, that match is going to rule. I might actually watch NWA Empower. I don't know actually how to watch it. It's on Fight TV.
Yeah, it'd be on Fight TV. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a meme doing the rounds of that stare down, and if you get the joke, then you are not coming to my church ever again.
I've seen the meme that Thomas shared, and I can't.
You're a liar. You know what it is. You're a liar too.
What are you talking about, Tom?
You're a liar as well, mate.
Look, Layla Hirsch is
It looked like
mint.
it was from Ballamore
She's
or something.
brilliant.
I don't know what it was. They were-
Something. Layla Hirsch is brilliant.
Something about, Church on Sunday. That's right. That's it. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I don't know if Layla Hirsch will win.
No, but I love the story.
Yes.
I like the whole Camille is just literally Camille's massive. Her surname is Brickhouse, which says it all.
Oh, is it really?
Camille Brickhouse.
Camille Brickhouse.
Yeah. Camille is an absolute unit, and I'm delighted that she's getting a run at the NWA Women's title because she's been in that mix since Power began and before then. And
She was like Nick Aldis's bodyguard, wasn't she?
that was it. And
Oh, that's her. Oh.
Yeah.
and she had the match where she won the belt, and it was a really good match they had on NWA pay-per-view, and I think she's a great ambassador for it. And also, I like how it was William R. Washington who said this, I believe, on Twitter, where like the NWA title, the NWA Women's World title, is kind of like a second tier to the AEW Women's title, kind of like an Intercontinental Women's title, sort of. And not in a,
Tom, I agree with you. With one subtle difference, I think the NWA Women's division's way above the AEW.
Yeah, that's
Camille, Layla Hirsch, the Bunny,
Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa, technically.
I mean, yeah, she's just been transferred to AEW. But she's still contend for it. Yeah,
but it's a strong division, and I think Camille and Layla will have a wonderful time at Empower for that title. Empower is going to be like it's looking like it's going to be like a hub for women's wrestling everywhere, because on Impact this week we also had Deonna Purrazzo signed to face. Thank you, mate. Signed to face Melina Perez for the Knockouts title at Empower as well.
Yes, I saw that.
So there's
Mickey James brought her out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I think there's going to be sort of like might end up being multiple different iterations of the Women's World title defended at Empower, which I really like.
It was nice seeing Melina and Mickey James just get on.
Yeah. After all they went
the
through.
years of battering each other. Yeah, nice.
All
Mickey even popped for Melina doing her split still. And Mickey James was like, whoa!
I was saying it's a good time to be a fan of giant women.
That's what we're taking away from this.
Absolutely. Shadows of the Colossus for everybody.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. And if you're not into giant women, don't worry. Malachi Black easily beats Cody Rhodes in a few minutes and pins him with a foot on the chest.
Which was the right thing. I will just get in there first. Before me and Tom start arguing, that was the right thing to happen.
Cody cuts a tearful promo afterwards, implying he's about to retire, but Black returns to the ring and hits another black mass. Jack, you start off. What did you think of this?
So speaking as Cody's best friend, I think that Cody didn't know. I've always been a bit of a defender of Cody Rhodes, because I thought for a while he was the best babyface in all of wrestling. But then the mayor...
These guys have been arguing off camera, by the way.
for a week. No, so I'm just waiting for Tom to come in.
I ain't saying nothing, mate.
I think Cody...
I don't want this to be a podcast where Jack gets talked over.
I think that Cody... He's just let me dig a grave. I think that Cody gets too many comparisons to 2004 Triple H, and he's not actually that bad. No, I want to see what your reactions are, Matthew. And I think that he's done a marvellous job of putting over certain people at certain times. Yes, he's won matches that he maybe shouldn't have won. Yes, some feuds were maybe hyped to be more than they were a go-go, which Cody said on a recent media call I was part of, should have actually taken place in England were it not for COVID. And I was like, oh, that would have made it a lot better until Cody beat him. And then, yeah. And I just think that he did the right thing here. The promo was a bit cheesy, but generally, it's not all about Cody as much as people think it is. Tom. No, he's not brought it, man.
Off you brought. Oh!
Let's see if I can remember it. Right.
Can I have a go? Can I have a go?
This is the best £1
quid?
From the pound shop that I've ever spent. Do you want to have a go at playing Cody's theme on there? Nice.
It's lovely, that.
Wow, where it works.
Do you want to have a go at playing Cody's theme on it? It's basically, for those who are listening on the podcast, it's basically a kid's xylophone that I bought for £1. Nice.
Wrestling has more than one xylophone. Well, I think Tom's made his point. Wow, tough arguments both sides of the fence.
On to the mailbag.
Okay.
He's got John Cena's
nice.
theme down.
So you're saying now Cody's like John Cena? Just
I
being
think
everywhere.
that's being made there. Cody
I hope
Rhodes.
that wasn't too bad for headphone users. Though.
Oh, sorry.
I hope it came
It
through.
ruled for video people, though, so suck it.
Cody Rhodes is the worst babyface in wrestling right now. Right. It's okay. It's funny because we talked about when they announced Aleister Black and Cody Rhodes on the news. We talked about it on the news, didn't we? And we said we know what's going to happen. Cody's going to get battered. He's going to take some time off to go and do the Go Home, Go Big show, whatever it's called, and then it'll be here I come to save the day. I've had a new tattoo. I'm gonna win. Cody Rhodes, I'm the best. I'm such a nice man. I'm a good guy. And it was. For me, Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes is, whoa, you don't want me in the photograph. All right, then. Cody's one of those. Cody's one of those guys who's doing all the steps that a proper good guy would do. But
He's a hero.
he's a hero, but it's just not landing. There isn't that humility, it's difficult to call someone an underdog when you know they're very vocally a very rich, well-off executive vice president of a major company. It's hard to buy the underdog Cody Rhodes as an underdog in this company. Like Omega and the Bucks are playing their part beautifully because they're just arrogant, rich sons of guns. And there's I'm just a humble son of a plumber with money coming out my bottom for we took a gamble on a company that's making us a lot of cash, and I've got a beautiful wife and a gorgeous child and a home. I'm the best, and I'm an underdog, just a plucky baby face.
He's also the leader of the revolution, Tom. He's the leader of
leader of the revolution.
He is the leader of the revolution.
He's revolting.
Yeah, he is revolting. And I just know how this Aleister Black thing's going to go.
No, it's not. It's not.
100% is.
Well, I will gladly. I can't wait until.
I am gonna retire because I lost a match.
I can't wait until Cody doesn't come back and beat Malachi Black. I hope not.
Oh, really? Is that what you're saying? Wait, you've just said that. It's just recorded.
Let's remember this. I don't think Cody will come back and beat Malachi Black.
Save the day. I'll be back by Christmas Eve. He will. He'll be there.
I don't think he's going to do it.
He is.
No, because Malachi Black's evil eye is growing around his face.
Because he's becoming more and more evil.
Who can stop him?
Who can stop him? Who can stop him? Cody Rhodes will definitely stop him.
No,
it's going to be Cody.
Stop him. Cody can come back and go, I've got one of them, and point his tattoo.
No. Cody will come back and I have the same thing. Now I'm
an all-American flag face tattoo.
All-American flag boy.
Someone else will stop him, like Jungle Boy or someone.
No, he'll be Cody.
The power of Baltimore. No.
Cody, who is so shocked.
No, he won't.
Cody, who's so shocked from his defeat from Malachi Black, he must disappear from wrestling. Watch him on the Go Big Show.
Give me that.
Watch him on the Go Big
Had
Show.
your fun.
You've had my fun. I find it very difficult to buy into Cody Rhodes as this superstar babyface. I really do. Like I want him to turn heel. I think he's the most natural heel there. Somebody who has so much gravitas as a heel.
I'd like for him to turn heel.
I'd love for him to turn heel.
But again, on the media call, guys, Cody said he doesn't have a heel bone in his body anymore. He said, I did that for 10 years. I'm done with that. I'm a good guy now.
Well, I think
He said that.
He didn't say I'm a good guy now. He said, I've been a heel for 10 years. I've been here for 10 years. I don't have a heel bone left in my body.
You need new bones.
Also, bits of the
You need bones, mate.
Bits of the promo that he cut were also, he was saying stuff that I'd heard him say in the media call. So in the media call, because he just said them in the media call and thought, that sounds good. I'll use that tomorrow.
What did he say? Hey, look, I've fought bravely, I fought hardly. I flew all these kids here tonight from impoverished homes, and they're here on AEW. So, hi, kids.
Now, in the media call, he said
call.
the line about just wanting to win the belt that his dad, they took away from his dad in the garden, which I didn't understand what that was a reference to. Do you know?
Well, he was playing with it on the swing, and somebody jumped over the fence.
Not the garden, not that garden, not the garden, not the garden like that. Maffew, what does it mean, if you know?
Well, the only time Dusty would have wrestled for the title in the Garden would have
WWF title.
Would have been the WWF against Superstar Billy Graham.
Maybe he was meant to win it, and there was a last minute change, and they took it away from him. But he never had
I think
it.
they did a few screwy finishes. I think winning via DQ and stuff like that. So I think they had a strap match, I believe. But no, he didn't. I don't think he was pardon on people looking that up because it's not true.
Might be.
I just don't
Which
think...
garden is he talking about?
Madison, he's MSG.
Boston Garden.
MSG, no.
I just don't think that
Maybe.
Cody is as invested in the struggle as Cody is. People aren't as invested in the struggle of Cody as Cody is. That makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah, Cody's very invested in the struggle.
Oh,
I don't think the fans are.
The problem is, now that I've said it, I can't wait until they announce the second match, because the build-up to that's going to be, I'm going to be the laughing stock of the channel, basically. When Cody finally hits him with 3 crossroads and pins him.
Vanquishes the evil Malachi Black.
His custom-made gear, which is literal angel wings and a little halo dangling above his head, just so we don't get the symbolism this time. Oh,
American flag falls.
I
Picture
think-
of Dusty with the NWA title falls from the ceiling. Dad. Oh, it's going to be there.
I think.
hey, son, if you see my title, I left it in the garden, but some get stolen it. I think it was next door neighbour's dog.
I think that he is a great guy.
He is.
Yes, he is. And I think that
He's a great
He's
guy.
Adam Cole of AEW.
yeah.
Oh, wait, that'll be Adam Cole soon.
Okay, the Cody debate, I've comprehensively lost. Thank you.
Yeah. Good attempt, though.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Cheers.
But I'm half and half with you, Perry.
No, you're not.
No, because I believe Cody does get a lot of shtick, even when he's
Shtick.
good.
Nice save. Very nice save.
Oh, no, I like saying shtick.
Oh, nice, right.
Shtick's a
He
good
does,
one.
he does. He
Yeah.
really does.
No,
He really does.
there's at times when he's been very much on.
Amazing.
Especially with the crowd.
Yeah.
Again, I was there when he had the match for the
Dustin.
NWA title, him versus
The
Dustin.
Dustin.
All these
Yeah.
classic matches. Without crowds, it's not as been as good for him.
Right.
But then again, same graces though. Not everyone's been at their best without a crowd.
Yeah.
This last year and a bit.
Apart from
it
Walter
sucked.
and Dragunov.
Exactly. We can't all be Volta. God knows I've tried. But Cody, in this situation, it was hilarious that he was still trying to be no, I'll come out and do this and I'll get cheered. And then evil Malachi Black, I'm like, you're kidding, right?
But he knows
Malachi
though.
Black, even though he has sneak attacked Cody, even though he kicked him, he attacked him from the front, which was hilarious, backstage, and he kicked Fuego del Sol. People are like, nah, we like Malachi Black. We're very happy he's
By the way,
here.
his entrance was awesome.
Oh,
The handlers
yes.
and Malachi Black's wasn't bad either, but Cody's was awesome.
Hey.
He knows though. I don't think he's as ignorant as we're maybe guilty of implying here, because on the media call,
That was a very camp laugh.
Izzy, the former Bailey superfan, asked a question about basically about.
Why was she on the media calls? She worked for someone.
I don't know.
She does her own YouTube channel. and all that
Oh,
stuff.
does she?
Yeah.
Oh,
So she was, and Cody, being a swell guy, was like, why don't you come to the Nightmare Factory if you want at any point, because she's training now. So I think he's a nice guy and you should leave him alone. But also, she asked about the symbolism and the imagery and all that, the good versus evil and stuff. And she said, is this kind of a Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader thing? And Cody I think very knowingly was like, some people think Luke's a whiny farmhand. I'm a Luke guy, you know? I'm a Luke guy. I know
Son of a Jedi.
I know there'll be some Darth Vader fans in the crowd, but hopefully there's a few Luke ones as well. And I think it was put on. I think he knows what he's doing. And I think there might be a few twists in the tail.
Even Luke Skywalker was like, I'm on an island on my own. I won't come back. Okay, I will.
It was a planet. It was. Oh no, I was thinking the original trilogy.
Now I'm thinking
Sorry.
of the Force
Yes.
Awakens.
Yes.
Luke Skywalker
Yes.
from his bed, as it's called. The one where it's an island that has a lot of puffins.
I've not seen it yet.
There's a lot of puffins on this island. So when they filmed it, they went, we don't want to digitally remove all the puffins, so we'll just make them into new Star Wars characters. And
Nice.
that's where the little orange birds come from.
Okay, so
Just a fun fact.
Cody,
I appreciate that, Tom.
Cody's a hero, but he's not going to win this time.
But he'll win next
won't, he
time
won't,
when
he
he's
won't.
back in a
No,
bit.
that's what I mean, he won't.
When he's finished on the telly.
No
You
chance.
think that's
He'll be
it?
back.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah, Luke Skywalker, we like you. But then if for no reason whatsoever, it's like, wait, what's that noise? And Luke Skywalker, the Force Awakens, turn around, and it's Darth Maul.
Now,
Yeah, the crowds are going, Darth Maul, you're not
Cody-
dead!
Malachi Black's been built up so much that I think he'll be facing Hangman for the title next year at some point. Why would Cody beat him?
There's only one man that can stop him as he's about to take the title from Adam Page. Here I come
loving
to
this.
break the tension. Gonna get my win back from you.
I don't think he will.
Oh,
I'm
he will.
just going to say now.
Just making sure that you're paying attention.
I don't think he'll get his win back.
Storytelling, I'll be back.
He's not going to get his win back.
Story makers.
I'm Luke
story
Skywalker.
makers.
I'm the star. I voice Joker in the games.
And also the animated series. Whoa!
This is my kingdom. This is my train set. Good debate, brother.
He's a good. Well, I'm going to be right. I'm going to win, so it's fine.
It's
We'll
true.
see. We'll wait and see.
You certainly
we'll wait
will.
and see.
I like that the arguments were Tom had a lot of really well thought the other bit.
I bought a xylophone with
and a
me.
xylophone, and Jack's bit was yeah, but I talked to him in real life, so
He's be busy.
It's just nice. He's always nice to me.
yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? Well, that was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Now let's have a little old look in the mailbag. Yes, we are. Number 1. Hi guys. The light is fading.
It's Cody.
Oh, no, Tom. Withhold your comments until the end of the question because the walls are caving in. Every second that goes by is just a reminder that I am 1 second closer to the end. The inevitability of the end has eaten away at my fear for years, forcing my scared mind to go into a state of nonchalant melancholy. I spend my days constantly thinking about the future and how painful it may be, but find myself not caring as much as my younger self. So my question is, who is the most overrated wrestler of all time? Mine is Triple H. I find myself not paying attention after 10 minutes of one of his matches. Thanks, guys. That is from Sincerely Small Afro Games.
Thank you, Small Afro Games.
I too think
Beautiful
about the
words.
grim inevitable.
I've learned how in the mailbag section, like people basically go, okay, I'm going to send you War and Peace, and then
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
ask
yeah.
a question. That's my favourite one. So
That's
well,
a good one.
Thank you, Small Afro Games.
It's a question that I always have an answer for, and it's never a popular answer.
But that's what people want, though. If you just go with the
My
normal
most
one,
overrated, well, I'll
Go
just
on.
wait until I've said it, because is Sting. So Matthew says that as a child of the 90s, Matthew went,
go on.
the hero who fought off the NWO. Yeah, I've since softened my stance because I've actually watched more Sting and like Surfer Sting and like realized that actually, no, he was class, he was. But I just never quite, I think it's because I got into wrestling in like 2000, so I missed all the good Sting. And I just never got it, but I'm starting to get it. So my answer's still Sting for now, but I'm sure if I watch more of him, I'll learn. I just always found him a bit, not basic, that's not, I don't know. But I imagine at the time it was like groundbreaking, so it's Sting, but I'm sorry. It's not as embarrassing as Pachi's answer.
What's with cheaties?
I don't know if I can expose him like that. It's a bad opinion.
Go on.
Woo! I know.
Flair!
I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if I should. I know because he's like the best ever, so I don't know if I should like. I don't know.
Most
if I should,
overrated, Ric Flair.
I don't know if I should. I don't know.
You know what? He's just saying that to get.
I think he
people's-
was just trying to rile me up. I think
He's just
so.
trying to
We were at the
fluff
pub.
the feathers.
I think we were at the pub, so I think he was. Yeah.
Oh,
I think he was trying
you're
to. annoy
saying
me.
that so people will come at you for stick. That's very good, Jack.
No, I'm not. He said it, but I don't know if he was being serious now. I hope he wasn't.
Nah, it's kayfabe now. He
You
thinks
can't
Flair
get Flair.
is overrated.
Imagine Tom just comes now. I think Ric Flair is the most overrated. Tom, who's yours? Please don't.
Who do I think is overrated? No, it's not. It's
Okay.
not. It's not. This is a controversial one as well. I'm going to say Randy Orton.
Ooh.
Yeah, Randall Keith.
Randy.
I think a solid worker, but I think has been the victim. Oh, well, not the victim, the beneficiary of some good placement a lot of the time. I think a lot when there's been like an absence of stars and ideas, they fall back to Randy because he's a safe pair of hands. I don't think he's the needle mover that a lot of people think he is. I think he's not the needle mover that I think a lot of people in the company want him to be, despite multiple harder efforts to make him the face of the WWE, the legend killer, the legend himself, beat up old people during a pandemic, just all despite all that. He's had some standout moments. So I'm not don't think this is just me thinking, I think Randy Orton's awful, la 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 la. He has had some standout moments, but I think on the whole, I think that when he's considered as one of the best ever, I disagree. I think he's a safe pair of hands.
I get it. I get why.
And if he's in a bad mood, then he isn't putting anybody over, and I can't get behind that mentality.
Well, he's since I think changed, but definitely during his prime. I think that if he had the mentality of someone more driven or more ambitious or more risk taking, then he'd be certainly one of the best ever. Because I think as a natural in the ring, he's one of the most natural wrestlers ever, and I can see why people in other wrestlers say Randy's one of the greatest ever because the timing and everything that he does is so smooth and so good. But and he's admitted himself, I think, on maybe the Austin podcast, he said, now in my career, I've really started to try and improve at promos, try and do this, try and do that. All the things that he acknowledges that he should have done when he was 20.
Yeah.
But, I get what you mean, though. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah, we see him grow before our very eyes, considering he got started the business thanks to Cowboy Bob.
But then I think if you look at a lot of the matches between 03 and 2021, there's not a massive amount of difference in terms of style, placement, and progression.
I think Randy's at this. I think the thing that benefits him is not necessarily his in-ring work, but the fact that he's permanently over, no matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
So handsome.
Yeah.
Just start leaning in and just chime in and then just go.
Absolutely. And he's handsome, he's permanently over, he's got tattoos, kicked Steph in the head one time, and crowd cheered. So it's hard for him to be booed. It's just something about him that people love. Even when you're like, can you please not cheer? No, he didn't.
He RKO'd
Sorry.
while Triple H was handcuffed to the...
Yeah, and he went to go
do
that, and then Triple H came in and his vein popped out of his head and went after Randy. It was good.
And he's so connected to Triple H as well, who has pretty much guided a majority of his career and kept him on the right track. Oh, what's this? Randy Orton having a laugh with Mark Jindrak in the back of a car. Well, sack Mark Jindrak off immediately. He should focus, lad.
He should have put him over at WrestleMania 25, though.
Agreed. There's a lot of times where they
Triple H. I mean,
There's a lot of but Triple H seems to always have Randy's back, and I feel like if a Randy story is stalling, Triple H will somehow pop up in it. To get in the mix.
It's a fair answer.
Yeah.
So we've got Sting. We've got Orton.
Randy Orton. Go on, Maff.
I've been going through people in my head, trying to think of somebody to say something controversial with that. I can't think of anybody.
Okay.
It sucks.
Well, it's been a long podcast anyway, so we might just... Okay.
Damn it. Don't sit in the fence.
Ooh.
Go for it. Jump off the fence.
No, can I?
Jump off the fence. Grab the title from Dusty's Garden.
Say Gargano every week, though. I just...
Yeah.
Damn it, it sucks. I can't think of anything interesting. Triple H.
Okay.
You know what? I think I says it, though. Yeah. You know what? Small Afro games, small Afro, but big brain. My God. He is the reason why people went, you know what? We know that Cody is not the Triple H of AEW. Because if he was, Cody would have wrestled Malachi Black for 25 minutes, then lost to him in AEW Dynamite after taking 3 finishes and several shots of stunned-looking crowd going, oh.
Yeah.
So, God, it was really boring, wasn't it?
No, it's good.
I can't think of any other things overrated.
Fair answer. It's all right.
About saying Kenny Omega. Hi, guys. I recently saw professional wrestling legend David Benson Phillips at my local branch of Tesco.
David.
Where is the most mundane place you've seen a wrestler in person? Also, don't you think Austin Aries versus Drake Wirtz in a loser gets vaccinated match is a class idea? Jesus Christ. Thanks for everything you do. Your pal Will. Thank you, Will.
I put Will's question in more for that than for the question.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
The question I thought would be an interesting one because all three of us have worked in some capacity with wrestling promotions. So we must have seen wrestlers in some odd places just from being in towns where they've been
Yeah,
around.
I've got one to make up for that crappy answer for the last one. The Chikara tour of 2014, I think.
Okay.
2015? 2014. We're coming along and we're in Wolverhampton. And me and my friends walking along, seeing the sights, all three of them. And
Tom, are you okay? As a West Midlands boy.
Oh, I mean, there's not many sites to see in Wolverhampton, so it didn't take long.
those were many because Nando's was shut. So wandering around and we see someone with a big map looking like as touristy as possible. And he's like, I'm like, hey, you need help? Because we've been there 2 days. We knew where everything was. The bus station, train station, the toilets. I don't know, what else do you want? I went, I'm trying to look for this. And goes, and I was, oh, okay, we're on our way there. We'll come show you if you want. Okay, thanks. And come see him, wasn't very big or anything like that. So like, oh yeah, here for the wrestling. I was, oh yeah, man, it's been so good. He's like, oh yeah, it doesn't give much away. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the venue, there's stuff like that. Have fun, man. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's like one of the editors or anything or stuff like that. Yeah. Last day of the tour, everyone's like, it's in London. So everyone's like, yeah, cool, how you doing? Oh, thanks for coming every show, guys. And Hallow Wicked is like, yeah, you like show? And I went, yeah, good, yeah. It's like motioning me, come closer. And I went, what? Thanks for helping me the other day.
That's class. That is a good one.
And I'll say it as the nicest way possible, but like him, obviously I know why he wears a mask because it's a gimmick, but seeing him without his mask, I don't know why he wears a mask.
Oh.
What a beautiful human being.
Really? Oh, I like that.
Have you seen Mr. Zero? The
Mr.
really old
Zero.
Chikara gimmick. It must have famous having that
I've
match
only
Eddie
seen-
Kingston.
was that
where his
him? I've only seen him as
No,
Hallow
like
Wicked. Oh.
he's just like he's gone back into wrestling, I guess, because he's not on Mr. Zero gimmick, and he's unmasked, and everyone's just going, wow, you're not just good looking, you're gorgeous.
It's what
and he's going, I had no idea people thought I was this attractive and all this. I thought he is he is a beefcake.
It's what happened with Andrade. When he got unmasked, everyone went, he'll be all right. He'll be fine. He'll be all right without his mask on. Yeah. That's a good one. Hallow Wicked. That's a good shout. I like that.
You'll deny it.
Oh.
And he should.
Yes. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
I've not really got any... I've told the story too many times where I took Eva Lise to Subway, which was a bit weird. But it was fine.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. Well, it was three of us. It was me, Joe Simpkins, and Eva Lise. And we just had a Subway.
Oh, I haven't talked to Joe in ages.
Yeah, he's got engaged recently. Good for him.
Oh,
really buzzing
mate.
for him. Yeah.
Oh, congrats, Joe.
Congrats, Joe Simpkins. He didn't even want to listen to us anymore. He's moved on with his life.
Five.
But no, yeah, I can't think of any like apart from like walking past Little Miss Roxy on Northumberland Street because she's from Newcastle.
Doesn't count.
Oh, you're all right. Hiya.
Yeah.
No, he said a shoot name there. Oh, goodness me. Tom, have you got any good ones?
I'm desperately trying to think of one. Moose sat at the bar in Head of Steam in Newcastle. I think he was on his phone, just looking like he really had enough of being in Newcastle.
No, I love Trillions. There was a really weird night where we took the wrestlers to Trillions, and a fan, don't know why, challenged a wrestler to an arm wrestle. Out of all the men you don't want to... It was EC3. It's like, arm wrestle Yeet, or like a grapple or something, like they locked up. And I was like, how are you going to beat EC3? EC3 won, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not just disco muscles. Yeah.
Did Eddie Kingston come to Greg's with us when he was at North? I'm trying to think if he did. I think I may have seen Eddie Kingston in a Greg's.
But you say that. Swerve, Isaiah, once passed through Newcastle upon Tyne.
He was just in Central Station.
Yeah, I forget who was messaging, but he was heading through Newcastle, and we asked him why he come through Newcastle, and he goes, "Oh, well, I was wrestling at this part of the country, like the Northwest, and I'm going to Wales." And we're like,
"Oh no!"
And we're like, "Oh, wait a minute, get the map out. You're at where? You're at Manchester, and then you're going to go where?" I'm like, "That doesn't work out." And eventually, he admitted, I missed the train. I got off much later than I was supposed to. Oh, all right, okay, cool. So you're not supposed to be here, right? Yeah, okay, fine.
On that day,
but when I was
we were flyering for WCPW
Yeah.
in Central Station, so people just assumed that he was just there for that.
Yeah, he was never booked for WCPW,
No,
but he just showed
I
up.
wish
And
he was, obviously.
I don't know who messaged you, it was you or me or someone, but like,
I don't know him.
he's coming. So, because I'm on Facebook. So I went and got him a Greg's pasty. Welcome to Newcastle. He got it, had the smallest bite possible, and went, put it down, and then went, all right, bye. He was not a fan of that.
Oh, what a shame. What
That's
a
a good
shame.
one, though.
I had the rest of it.
Yeah.
Paid
Obviously.
90p for that. So, yeah.
I think that'd be I think I'm going to
That's
say,
not a problem,
maybe Eddie Kingston and Greg's, definitely Moose at the bar at Head of Steam.
Yeah. They're really cool, aren't they? Because you're like,
Yeah, you have to
buying food.
look at them being normal people.
Oh,
does nothing.
and on going out on St. Patrick's Day with El Fantasma.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've heard stories.
Well, it was nothing bad happened.
No, I know.
Just-
It's just him,
he
in
was-
his element.
He was having a great time and then
Yeah.
accidentally tripped over a shot girl and he was so mortified. I thought because he was like El Fantasma, I'm a dick, I'm a heel, blah, blah. I thought he'd be like, it's not my fault, forgetting that wrestling's not real. And then he was so embarrassed, he turned to me, he was like, we've got to leave, I can't, I feel so bad. I was like, oh, poor shot girl as well. All her shots spill everywhere. Yeah.
I remember going to.
It wasn't. He was bent over time his lace and his back foot was out here or something, and she just walked along and just went bang, and we were like,
Drop toe hold.
I know.
The old drop toe hold. I don't know why that's reminded me, but I remember it was after a WCPW show that I ended up somehow. I think because I was with somebody who was going there. Would it have been you? No, I don't think we were that close yet. I don't think. But I remember going there, and I remember feeling like this is amazing. Like the What Culture guys are here. Like there's Adam Pacitti and there's Jack the Jobber and there's all the. And I remember thinking this is cool. But I didn't want to approach anybody because I was like, this is I'd be too weird. I remember having a long chat with Joe Hendry for a bit. And then meeting a mate of mine at the bar and chatting at the bar with him. But I was looking over at all the wrestlers and the WCPW lads having a lovely time, thinking, "Oh, that's cool." And then I went, "That's a true story." That was years before we'd met proper.
Yeah. We met. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think
I will.
we met in the ring at North for the first time.
That might have been the first time we met.
I honestly
proper.
think we met in the ring
Yeah.
at North, which was great.
That's the way you do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was when I just made a big heel entrance or something.
It's like Harley Race, the traveling champion. He'd meet some people
see you in
for
the
the
ring.
first time. They'd knock up. Hey, how you doing? I'm Harley. Put me in a wrist lock.
Yeah, it was for like the pre-show quiz thing, I think.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a question of North.
And obviously we'd talked before, but we'd never met in person. That was the first time we met.
North Wrestling back August 21st, Saturday. Tickets available
Yes.
now. There we go.
Yes, that's right.
It's moved to the Anarchy Brewery.
It has indeed.
In Newcastle.
It has, and it's not like another time when, I'll be very briefly, when some of the NXT UK lads went to Powerhouse. And one of them was so drunk, somebody was really hitting on them, and they were just like, "What are you doing? What do you study?" And like, "Oh, I do philosophy." "Oh, yeah? Well, what do you know about Immanuel Kant?" Well, Immanuel Kant often believed. That's not what he believed. Arguing. All the time they're going, "Wow, you're really big in hedge," and this dude was just so drunk. It's like, I don't want to argue about anything. So Immanuel Kant was brought up 1 a.m. Anyway. Hey, yo, Maffew, Jack, Ross, Adam, Sam, Tom, and the rest of the crew. Got to cover everyone, because who knows who may be out.
Richard Tubman.
Exactly, and Richard Tubman's there, smiling. Oh, he's blushing. Oh, it's adorable.
It's just the lighting.
Oh, right. I'd like to say that I've started listening to the podcast from the start. For the 4th time, in brackets, do I have a life?
Crazy.
Well, yes.
That's some intense
Crazy.
listening.
Bloody hell. I enjoy these long podcasts now as I work from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm extremely grateful that ye were able to meet up again as the banter is way better! Exclamation marks. Okay, so my question is going off the back of my mum's birthday. This year, she'll be 52. She's also a cancer survivor. Surprisingly recently, my mum said she'd absolutely go skydiving with me, so I've decided to book that for her birthday.
Nice.
Okay, now the question. If you could do any activity with a wrestlers, what would it be? A soccer match for Ross? Basketball match for Jack?
Ball in.
Oh, or a one-piece marathon for Maffew? Oh, bless you, mate. Yeah, I know. That'd be a long-ass marathon, especially if it's the subs and not the dubs. So you know your judo well, sir. Thank you for keeping me company over the last year and a bit. Love you lots. Black Durg Burst. Jerry Loosley. What would you say that?
Jerry Loosley.
Black Durg Burst.
Black Durg.
Black Durg Burst. Thank you. And well done to your mum.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Big ups there. So,
And also, when Pacitti did his skydive, there was an older woman in his class, older than 52, who was not nervous in the slightest. Like, but she was scared, and she was just like, oh. And her landing was so graceful, more graceful than Adam's. We saw her; she came down like a feather. We were like, wow. Yeah. So your man will be fine. Have a good time.
Yeah.
I would never do it.
No.
I'm really scared.
No. Any activity of a wrestler/wrestlers, what would it be?
I'd be Sean Connery and I'd take him for lunch and then we go to the zoo.
The perfect Sunday.
It's my perfect Sunday.
I
My perfect bank holiday.
I'd like to. Man, not. I can't think of something that. I'd like to cheerlead with the Spirit Squad, and learn. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good one or not.
That'd be good tossing you off up in the air.
That was pathetic. That was so bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to top that. I'll cheerlead with the Spirit Squad. I'll get tossed.
Is that too obvious?
Yes, it was because you said tossed off. I'll get tossed by the Spirit Squad. What about you guys?
I want to get full battered with James Storm.
Okay, right.
Me and Cowboy James Storm going to town. Start at the train station. What's the one over the road from the train station in Newcastle?
Head of Steam.
There's one bit.
Stay Gold.
Central. There's one nearer the train station.
Centurion. In the train station.
Oh, that'd be fine. Yeah, we'll go I have one in Centurion, one in Eddiston.
Flares.
Got us flares. Revs.
What?
Well, no, do we get revs? Got a flares.
What?
We got a revs.
What?
We'll go on to Grey Street.
What?
We'll go to Layla Lilies.
What?
We'll go to we'll go to Barbucha. We're getting there.
All right, sorry.
What?
But it's early and we're going to come back.
Okay.
We'll go to Barbucha.
What?
We'll go to Barracuda.
What?
We'll go to Gray's Monument one, the one on the corner by the Gray's Monument.
Charles Gray.
Charles Gray.
What?
We'll go to Charles Gray.
He's also Charles.
I'm going to help him as he's doing it.
Lady Grace. Lady Grace.
Lady Gray's, that's it. We'll go to
What?
Lady Gray's. We'll go to Stack.
Crown Posada.
Crown Passage.
Quayside Weatherspoon.
Tiger. Got a kebab.
Las Iguanas got a bar bit as well.
Las Iguanas.
What?
Then we'll go to the Bridge Hotel.
What?
I
Why?
love the Bridge
it's got
Hotel.
a good-
Bridge Hotel's
it's
lovely.
good.
It's
Yeah,
been-
it's good.
Sometimes when if I've been into
a fancy, like an old fancy bar, in a
Yeah.
pub, like an old pub bar.
if I've been into town, like sometimes if I work a bit late and I'm coming home through town,
Yeah.
I will have a little pop in there and I'll have a little cheeky pint.
It
on
is
way
the
home.
most saloon-like, so James
Yeah.
Storm would enjoy that.
He'd love that. And then at the
And
end
it's
of the
pretty
night,
pricey, so
if
be your
we're,
money.
if we're feeling it, we'll go to Rise.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're in there, that's great because I'm not a fan of Rise. So you can stay with him for a bit and I'll go home.
I've seen you having a great time.
I had one great time at Rise.
You were hammered drunk, that's why.
I was batter,
Yeah.
mate, full batter. And it's not my world.
Fair enough.
So if me and James don't
You're
come along,
more pubs.
I'm more sit in the Bridge Hotel,
Yeah.
drink some real ale.
It's nothing
and have a
against
lovely
Rise.
time. No. Rise.
Tim, lads, Dunne.
Rise is a
and
lovely night out
Phil.
if that's your thing. But for me, I quite like an IPA. Several of those. So those ones that are like very many percent, and you drink them quite easily, and then suddenly you go, I am battered.
Not a bucket.
How did that happen?
Not a bucket of whiskey and sugar like what they sell at Rise. Yeah.
Good times. That's mine.
Okay, that's
battered
good.
with
That
James
was a
Storm.
lovely evening, night out, the morning after until lunchtime. Everybody can be all.
So James Storm, if you're up for it, mate, drop into me DMs. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. On a similar vein, I'd have Terry Funk and like Red's Barbecue,
That's a great answer.
or anywhere that does Yorkshire puddings and gravy, and go like, "Hey, talk,"
Yeah.
and I'll just
Tell me
listen.
stories.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's a
Yeah.
really good answer.
I like that as well.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Basically, yeah. One old man would like to hang out with another old man. But yeah.
I like that. Nice one.
Yeah.
Is that the mailbag?
I think
That's
is
the mailbag.
mailbag.
Yay.
For the time being, those were some lovely questions
Yes.
and thoughts and bit of thinking about death. That's what we like to see here in the mailbag. If you think you can submit any of your own things, you can by going to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
And just before what was the first lad called? The Death Man. I hope you're doing all right, mate. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, I hope that was a joke.
Death
Yeah,
Man.
the walls are closing in and all that.
His name
I
was
hope you're all
Death
right.
Man.
Yeah.
Small Afro Games.
Hope you're all right, Small Afro game.
Small Afro Deathman.
Now it's time for the segment So Good. They named some sweets after it. It's Reese's Pieces.
I have
Jack's
control.
one.
Yes, I have control of the Reese's Pieces today because I accidentally read the answers.
I see.
But it's Ross does that when Ross is the quizmaster sometimes. Okay, all right, lads. Thanks for all the great content during these trying times. For a while during the pandemic, I put on some wrestling-based quizzes for some friends. Since you seem to be doing some quizzes for Reese's or Mailbag, I thought I'd throw something your way. One of the rounds I did was based on Bruce Forsyth's "Play Your Cards Right."
Nice.
And here we go. Right, okay. For the,
Bruce.
for the uncultured Americans out there unfamiliar to Brucey, it's basically higher or lower and mostly guesswork. You get a starting question without the answer, and you have to say whether the answer to each following question is higher or lower than the previous answer in the sequence, only revealing the actual totals at the end of the sequence. Oh, do I have to? No, I'll just do it one by one.
Yeah.
For example, I might say for a starting point, the number of WrestleManias there have been. I then might ask you the number of 24/7 title reigns of R-Truth, and is that higher or lower than the number which is obviously higher, 52. Then I might ask the age of Chris Jericho in years, which is that higher or lower, and so on. I've listed 4 sequences below for you to have a go at. Here we go. Do I go back and forth, or do I just give you 2 full sequences each? 2 big ones each.
That'll work, yeah.
Matron. Okay, we'll start with Maffew. Do I give you the first one? Do I give you the first number of the number of the first thing? Because then there's nothing to go off if I don't.
That's right.
The number of the competitors in the Greatest Royal Rumble match. Nice to see you. The number of
that's
competitors
50.
in the Greatest Royal Rumble match. 50. Is that now? Are you guessing whether the second thing's higher or lower, or
Yeah.
the original thing? The second thing. So
Yeah.
is the number of different WWE champions there have been higher or lower than 50?
Oh, this a while ago, didn't it? It was. I think it's. That's like individual champion.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's actually lower.
It's higher. It's 53. 0 points for you so far. Is 53 higher? Sorry, is the age and years of Vince McMahon when he won the WWE title higher or lower than 53?
Oh, gutted. Lower.
It's higher. It's 54.
Was he?
Yeah.
NXT age now.
Is the number of times Shawn Michaels has lost on pay-per-view higher or lower than 54?
Lower.
It's higher. It's 57. He's lost 57 times on pay-per-view.
Okay.
I don't know how.
That's a lot of smiles
Wow.
disappearing.
And is the current age of Goldberg higher or lower than 57?
I actually don't know how old he is. I hope he's lower than that.
It is. It's lower. It's 54.
Thank God.
And finally, according to WWE.com, is the number of wrestlers currently on the Raw brand higher or lower than 54?
I'd say lower.
It is. It's 53. You've got 2 points there.
Ooh.
This is hard. This is tricky.
Yeah.
Tom Campbell.
Hi.
Where are you from? No, there's no time. The number of years since Triple H debuted is 26. Is the number of championships held by Jeff Hardy in WWE higher or lower than 26?
Lower.
Yes, it's 22. Is the number of TLC matches in WWE higher or lower than 22? TLC matches ever.
It's got to be lower.
It's higher, it's 28. And he's put in, random fact, Jeff Hardy has been in 5 and never won.
It's been 28 TLC matches.
Yeah.
Because there's one every year.
Oh, it's a pay-per-view now, isn't it?
Yes. The number of times Bray Wyatt has won on pay-per-view, is that higher or lower than 28? Bray Wyatt has won.
Oh, lower.
It's 30 out of 56. He's got a boss record on
That's
him.
all right, actually.
Is the number of Elimination Chamber matches there have been in WWE higher or lower than 30?
Lower.
Yes, 28.
Okay.
I believe you're on 2 points.
All right.
And finally, the number of people who've competed in matches at WrestleMania 2, excluding the Battle Royal, is that higher or lower than 28?
Excluding the Battle Royal.
Yes.
Lower.
It is. It's 26.
Yay!
It's 3-2 to Tom Campbell. Maffew, back to you. The number of WrestleManias that... Oh, sorry. The number of the WrestleMania that Brock Lesnar ended the streak is 30. Is the combined world title reigns of John Cena and Ric Flair, as recognized by WWE, higher or lower than 30?
Yeah, it's higher.
It is. It's 32.
Yeah, 32, yeah.
I think you might have started this one off a bit easy. But that's fine.
Okay,
Is
3
the
points
number
for me.
of pay-per-view matches Shane McMahon has competed in higher or lower than 32?
Oh, is that counting Super Show ones as well?
I don't know.
Oh, crap.
I think so, but I don't know.
I'm going to say it's higher.
It is. It's 41
Yes.
apparently. How has he done that? How is
But never
Shane...
bloody going away, ever.
41, okay. Is the number of championships Edge has held in WWE higher or lower than 41?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's held a lot. No, not 40. That's ridiculous. Lower.
It's 31. You've got it right. I think you're 2 points ahead now. 4-2, I think.
I've got 5 points.
5, sorry.
I
5.
count with my hand.
The number of official members, past and present, of the Bullet Club does not include part-time members. Is that higher or lower than 31?
Does it include part-time members?
I know.
But, in that case, I'm not sure who counts and who doesn't.
Me too.
Bugger.
I don't think he was in.
Rick Bugger. Nakamura's dude. I'm going to go with lower in that case.
Apparently it's higher, it's 34, which I'm surprised.
Official ones.
I know,
I've got no chance of getting that one right. Okay.
And finally, is the number of matches Goldberg lost in his career higher or lower than 34?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
It was in single digits in WCW, and then WWE happened. I'm going to say lower.
It is lower by 1. It's 33.
Oh.
Wow.
6 points I'm on.
Was Tom on 2 or 3?
He was on 3.
3. And finally, round 4. The starting point is the number of members of the Nexus in total, which is 13. Is the number of Starrcade events held by WCW higher or lower than 13?
Higher.
It's 10, unfortunately. You need to get them all right to draw.
Okay.
Is the number of televised singles matches Stephanie McMahon has competed in higher or lower than 10? Televised singles matches.
Lower.
No, it's 12. And you're a winner. But I'll round it out. I'll finish it off anyway.
Yeah, give us some bonus points.
Is the combined number of WWE IC championship reigns of The Miz and Chris Jericho higher or lower than 12?
Yes, higher.
Yes, it is. It's 17. Is the number of Royal Rumbles Kane has entered higher or lower than 17?
Lower.
It's 19.
Oh.
And is the number of different titles in WWE today higher or lower than 19?
Oh, wow.
It says here
Raw,
tag
Smack, Raw,
titles
Smack.
tag titles count as 1.
Really?
Yeah, so...
No, I mean, like, it's supposed
you
to
don't
be 2
count both
titles.
physical belts, you just count...
With
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Go on.
Universal, WWE, Raw Tag, Smack Tag, IC, US, Raw Women's, SmackDown Women's, Cruiserweight, NXT Tag, NXT Women's Tag, WWE Women's Tag, North American, 24/7. What was the number I'm up against?
19.
NXT UK Tag, Trophy for World of Sport. Lower.
It's 20.
Oh, what did I miss?
NXT UK Women's.
Oh, for flip's sake.
If you enjoyed these and would like me to send in more or some varying different quiz rounds from my pandemic boredom, let me know. Pete from Teesside. Yes, I like Palmos.
Hey.
Cheers, Pete.
Thank you, Palmo Pete.
Thank you,
Just a quick
Palmo
question.
Pete.
Did he say there was only 10 Starrcades? At WCW?
Yeah.
Oh, WCW is supposed to NW. Okay.
Don't worry,
You know what?
don't worry,
Sorry about
don't
that.
worry.
I didn't think
Well
that.
done, Palmo Pete. You know your stuff.
Palmo Pete.
Palmo Pete.
That was Reese's Pieces.
It was.
Yes.
And if-
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know what you want to do it.
If you've got any Reese's Pieces...
Can you do it like Cody Rhodes?
If you've got any Reese's Pieces you want to send in...
need my Reese's Pieces.
Send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
Do it at the same time.
Go on.
3, 2, 1.
Bisto.
What a gravy podcast. And it's just time for a little bit more. One last squeeze of the giblets. The big question this week is, what is next for Bray Wyatt?
Oh.
The leader of the Wyatt family, former WWE
Champion?
I forget which one it was. But
The
he won it
name,
in
yeah.
Elimination Chamber
It was
2017.
the real.
He's won both,
main
isn't he?
one.
He's won both.
He's won. Buddy Rogers won.
WWE.
Oh, and the Fiend, yeah.
He's won
Fiends.
both. Buddy,
Yeah, he won the
both Buddy
Universal.
Rogers
Right.
and Finn Balor's won.
Yes. Yes.
That's right. And he went over the brands that changed colour. That's right. He did that. He won the tag belts with Randy Orton.
Matthew Hardy as well.
Matt Hardy,
Matthew
yes.
Hardy.
God, I forgot about that.
He
He won the Grand Design's Home of the Year award during the House of Horrors match.
He almost faced The Rock at WrestleMania, but sent in Eric Rowan instead.
Yep. He should have beaten The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but he didn't.
Ooh.
He should have beaten John Cena at WrestleMania, but he didn't.
He got that one back, though. Give him that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Kind of.
Sent him kind of to purgatory,
Yeah.
but he's back now and he's fine.
He got some of the craziest stuff under the radar in WWE. All those little tangents and things about lizard people ruling the world just kind of snuck underneath there.
Yeah. He got set on fire by Randy Orton.
He did.
Vampiro set Sting on fire. Threw him from the top of the Nitro victim.
He got better.
He got thrown in a swamp by Braun Strowman.
He did.
Then he threw
He got
Strowman
better.
in the swamp and boiled him somehow.
Braun's hair fell out. Wasn't very happy about that.
Genuinely, one of the most charismatic in-character WWE superstars I could ever think of, I think. He's like Jake Roberts level of like being in his character, I reckon. Yeah.
To take some of the best bits of Jake Roberts, take some of the bits from Dan Spivey's
Waylon
Waylon
Mercy.
Mercy's character, which was the perfect character for the wrong person at the wrong time,
Wasn't that-
basically, because Dan Spivey was like 2 weeks away from retirement.
I was about to say Cape Fear, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where, yeah,
The
basically
Sideshow
homage to
Bob,
Cape
the
Fear.
Sideshow Bob character.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go with that. Yeah, it's just magnetism and wonderful promos and charisma out of the tit. And by all means, seems a really cool person to hang out with.
Right.
So it makes sense that WWE let him go.
So, of course, he's being released by WWE.
What's next?
Sky's the limit.
Is it AEW? On my media call with Cody Rhodes, at the start they announced that they couldn't answer questions on they didn't name anyone by name, but they were like, there's obviously many big names floating around, we just can't.
He said, please don't ask any
questions.
questions on CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, the big names floating around. At the
Oh,
moment.
right, okay. And then one guy, because there's always one on every conference call, one guy just steamed in and ignored that and went, so Bray Wyatt's a free agent. I was just there like, no.
Oh, who was that?
I don't know, I can't remember who it was.
Nigel McDonald from WrestlingCrisps.org.
So I was like, no, what are you doing? And to be fair, he just said like, well, I can't speak on that. But then he just said he's really good, essentially. But there weren't any clues given. But I still
Of
think he'll
course.
end up in AEW probably.
Because it's funny that because Cody was the mentor to Husky Harris
Yes,
in NXT.
he mentioned that. He said, well, I was
Yeah.
his pro. Yeah.
I told him everything he knows.
Yes. And I think that...
Well, it's obvious then, isn't it, that he should come in and have a feud with Cody Rhodes. He should beat Cody Rhodes
No,
very
stop it.
decisively.
Oh, you-
Cody Rhodes can step away for a few months. And then come back and beat the monster.
I think...
When he turns around and Bray Wyatt's there.
Whoa! Your own smoke and mirrors.
I agreed with the theory I saw possibly on Reddit, which was that obviously...
Oh, he's here.
Oh, he's here.
It's Cody. He's heard me slagging him off.
Obviously, the Fiend, or Bray Wyatt, sorry, should come in. I can't remember who, I think it might have just been on Reddit, and assume control of the Dark Order. And be like, because he was close with Brody, he can say, like, you've all lost your way. He wouldn't have wanted, I don't know if you want to go that deep on it, obviously, but whatever's appropriate, he can come in and assume the mantle of the leader of the Dark Order.
Would you like to see Dark Order become a bit more of a serious monster threat
I honestly
again?
don't know if I would, because I find them really good at the minute, like really heartwarming.
Yeah.
So maybe you would have to make his own stable. But then we might fall into the trap of when they had too many spooky stables at once. I don't want too many spooky stables, you know?
Because I like
remember
the
that
beautiful
period.
irony of like the
Yeah,
Dark
I know.
Order being
Remember Mel?
like a fun, heartwarming, wholesome gang of people. But
Yeah, I
they're
like
called-
it, it's
But they're
good.
called the Dark Order.
And they- and
I
even-
like that as
Even
a
though
thing.
they start off as a cult, Hangman was like, I want to leave. And it's notoriously quite hard to leave cults, but they were like, let him go. He can't be one. I think I'd also like him to be old rustic Bray Wyatt again, possibly at first, maybe. Or do you think he'll come in all creepy?
Well, he won't be able to use the Fiend, will he?
No, but he can still.
I think we're all right with him not being the Fiend.
They could still
Yeah.
design a new look for him, I suppose.
But I quite like I liked the whole Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
gone bad,
he
I'm a
changes
monster
that-
really type thing.
I like that if he shows up. And that, instead of doing, hi, I'm Bray Wyatt, he says, hi, I'm real name, I'm Wyndham Rotunda. Hi, kids. Whatever, it does that. It's like buying the dinosaur or something. That's it, I've switched stations. I know it's really hard to find me now on TV. Ooh.
Yeah, that's it. I do like that.
I didn't think like, so are you going to turn like crazy or evil? He's like, no, I'm going to play my puppets on AEW Dynamite, and they'll have it every week until some minor inconvenience happens. And Cody's like, oh, sorry, pal, push it. Time. God, it comes that Bugs Bunny meme. God forgive me, but it's time for me to go back to what I once was.
So, to round off the pod.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm very aware that Richard has to edit this, and we're going out for Ross's birthday.
We are.
I think
Bray
so.
Wyatt, I think, will do the thing I just said. What do you think, Tom?
It's too obvious to say AEW Dynamite. It really is. I'm going to say Impact Wrestling.
Whoa! And can you give me one name of someone you'd like to see him feud with in Impact Wrestling?
No.
Okay. That's all right. That's okay.
New
That's
champ,
all right.
Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of. I mean, do you know what? There's something there. You can bring up guys like Crazy Steve and Rosemary.
Yeah.
To that if you want to do
works
the
really well.
Cult of Wyndham, Cult of
Yes.
Rotunda, have them involved in that as well.
And you know what? Impact needs someone who isn't just, hi, I'm from AEW.
Yeah.
And doing a thing.
And they can always go back and forth at AEW if he wants to. Like they've got that sort of swinging door policy. They can always split the bill on
They'd
him.
let him in.
Yeah, let him in. They can split the bill on him. It'd be fine.
I'll go.
They could go Dutch on Bray Wyatt. It'd be fine.
I'll go.
What? Malachi Black will be there. Go on.
I'll go for.
Cody Rhodes gets his hands on him, he won't be.
Just to be different, I'll not go for AW as well, even though that's what I think will happen. But it's not what I think. Different series. I think I'd like to see him. You know what? I'm just picturing what a Bray Wyatt Wrestle Kingdom entrance would look like. Like just the mad production and stuff. Just hit the mic. And I don't know if his style would work there, but I think Fraser said the other day that he either read somewhere or thought himself that it should be Wyatt and Evil together coming out. Oh. Yeah. So Nick Fraser's. Thank you, Fraser. Maffew.
We've done ours.
You've done it.
Yeah.
We've done it.
I non-ironically picked puppets again.
We've done it
again.
And that's just because I left Puppet Jack out there and I managed to shoehorn him in. No, you know what? He's got the flu. There you go.
We've done it.
We've
Nailed it.
done it. Several hours of integrity, Cody bashing, and silly bollocks. Why? That was the Cultaholic Weekly Wrestling Podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. Tom, start with yourself. What have you got for people to tie them over until next week's podcast?
The Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review, which is tomorrow on the podcast feed. We're recording that immediately after this. We have next week Desert Island Graps episode 100 featuring Andrew Hodkinson. Andrew's getting a trip to Cultaholic Island.
That is a special guest.
Yeah, episode 101 will feature Gerard the Completionist, by the way.
Wow.
From off of the YouTube.
I know we've leveled up here.
Yeah, we proper have leveled up.
Oh no, I didn't.
See what you did there. Are we going to do a Patreon plug at the end? Because I can do a nice one now.
Go on.
So, but obviously, we've got brand new tiers on our Patreon, patreon.com/cultaholic. Not only can you support what we do and be a part of streams and Discord chats and stuff like that, and we're very grateful that you do, but also you could be on an episode of the Classic Raw or the Classic SmackDown review, or you could get your very own episode of Straight to Hell with Ross, or your very own episode of Desert Island Graps with me. If you join us on the Patreon. Full details of all the tiers are available right now at patreon.com/cultaholic. You could also become a producer on this podcast.
You certainly can. This podcast was produced by the following: Mark Leslie, Reno220, Noah Anderson, and Jack Coyle, the four horsemen
Thank you,
of
guys.
the Patreon podcast
Thanks very
producers.
much.
Thank you very much.
And Richard Tubman.
Dunne and Tubman.
And Jack, what are you doing this week?
Next week, I'm doing some Twitch with Owen. Up the Fabes on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on Twitch. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Up the Fabes.
Up the Fabes. Up the Fabes.
Up the Faves.
I'll be streaming more Sonic Adventure and probably ring up Tom as he's working to ask for advice how to get out of.
This sounds like it happened. It really
It happened last Saturday.
Tom was like commenting because he was, supposed to be working, but he's also.
I was on the radio at the same time.
So I'm there like,
multitasking.
Tom, so I'll just ring him. Hello, and all I heard was, it's 6 p.m. and local Northeast News time. I'm like, he's working.
Literally between announcing tracks, I just had a chat with Maff.
He went, hello. Nice. I'm like, Tom, you're on the radio now. He goes, yes, that's right.
It's got 3 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, I got 3 minutes.
I know what I'm talking about next.
All right.
When you're a pro, you can do, once you know the rules.
And then I rang Possum Pumpkin, and I felt bad, but then I laughed. She was like, oh, here you go. Cool. What are these little pets called that you pick up in Sonic Adventure and grow? Chows. Ciao. All right, see you then. And hung up on her.
She got over it.
She did. All that and more on the Cultaholic Twitch.
So there is too much butter on those trays. No. Uno, dos. That's so like such an old British misunderstanding.
It really is.
Yeah.
But that is the end. Until next week, you can, of course, send your thoughts and weird suggestions to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Yes.
And the Hall of Fame is patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Yes.
For now, this has been Jack. This has been Tom. It's been Maffew. It's been the guy over there. You have been lovely. Now we could put our hands. Oh, point, don't we? Yeah, I forgot what we do.
We point at the sign.
We point at the sign now. On the count of 3, we end the podcast with the famous expression 1, 2, 3. Join us.
Join us.